Welcome all to NFL Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Happy Sunday to all of you. Another roller coaster ride is about to begin in 2 short hours. Ooh wee. This doesn't get any less exciting. Thank you guys for joining us. We got a hell of a show here today. We have Bobano, our current leader out of 32 cappers, hitting leadoff. Then Wine Time Sports, currently ranked 10th. Justin McKelvey up third. He's currently ranked, I think, 13th. He did have a huge week last time he joined us, climbing very quickly on the leaderboard. We have Morgan Spooner, currently ranked second. He will be rocking with us fresh off of a vacation. We have Spenny Penny Bombs, all Spenny Pendergrass, who on week 12 with us went 9-6 plus 6.7 units to get back into the top 10 where he belongs. He's currently ranked 9th here. Then we have LJ from H-Town, who was in the top 5 all year long, had a very rough show with us when he put 9 bets on a Lions game that didn't come through for him. Before that, he was top 5 throughout the whole season. It's great to have him back. We haven't had him back since week 9, so he will be back in action with us. Then we have Keith Each Every Stride. He was so good last year on our show, making his season debut this year. Salty Pete, currently ranked 6th. This man has come all the way up to 6th place. Running hot, and then Jose Bouquet closing up the show for us. Thank you guys all for joining us. We got Justin McKelvey, Stacks Plays of the Day 1 and 2 in the house. Kyle Macedo, Old E, Kripke, Play of the Days on the Chiefs. I'm with them on that. Agent Parlay in the house. We got Nordy ready to get the work, dealing with the flu, thinking about you. Rest up and make money betting football. Ken Wood, Mike Doyle, Donut Silks, there's Spenny Penny Bombs, Uncle Eddie, Gerald Jones, The Truth Teller, Ronnie Lofton, Mad Chatter, Play of the Day, Falcons +7. I love Pacheco de Gallo. We got Dizzy Donuts, J-Cop, AJ Stockstill, The Chosen One, Saturated, Smooth Bosky, Philip in the house. We got Steve Miller, Troy Torrance. It is great to see you, Troy, Mark, Nick, Johnny Blaze, Slatsy in the house. Slats says that the NHL expert capper. Yes, Wine Time cashing with the Ducks on Friday night with me. God damn, that was as exciting of a hockey game as I can remember. Johnny Yim took Tampa Bay for a survivor. So did I. It is great to see all of you guys. This is the least amount of action. I cashed on the Thursday night with the Lions. I only have 8 bets. 8 bets after that. So I'm 1-0 with 8 bets left. There's a couple spots that I like very much. Well, I shouldn't say like very much, or I'd bet them. There's a couple spots I'm interested in left. I made 3 additions last night. We'll go over all those additions. Titans +3.5, Chiefs -3.5, and Chiefs double result. Next week, bet the under 39.5 in Bears Browns. There's 40s and 39.5. So while they're available, this will reemerge at 37.5 or 38, and probably get down under 37 before kickoff next week. Under 39.5, Bears, Browns. Let's get to work and bring on our first guest. He is our current leader, 75-49 plus 20.35 units. He has been in first place ever since the games ended on week 3. He has been in first place ever since the games ended on week 3, and he is running very hot. We are very fortunate to have him hitting leadoff. As always, the leader of NFL Pub Hub is on every show if they're available. And we're very thankful that he has been available. And he's fought sickness to be here with us for a couple weeks on his way back to health. Please welcome the star of the Hitting the Books YouTube channel, the star of the NBA OG show, the star of the Ice Guys, Mr. Ian Cameron, to the show. Bobano, how are you?
The good news is, despite not having physical health the last couple of weeks, we've had plenty of NFL bankroll health late this season, and I'm thankful for that. Let's see if we can keep it rolling.
Let's do exactly that, my friend. We start at 1 p.m. Eastern with the Miami Dolphins at New York Jets. Dolphins 5-7, 1-4 on the road. Jets 3-9, 2-5 at home at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. 41 Fahrenheit, cloudy, 7-mile-per-hour winds. I moved on the under 42 last week on the look ahead. Didn't necessarily. The Ravens Steelers I beat by 5 points. This one, not quite the same. We're sitting at a 41. It is juiced to the under. It did get down to 40.5. It reemerged 40.5, got up to 41.5. We are now sitting right now at a 41 with a minus 116 to the under. On the point spreads here, we have the Jets plus 2.5 at minus 104. The Dolphins, the look ahead was minus 3. It reemerged at minus 3. It spent a lot of this week at 2.5, bouncing back and forth from 2.5 to 3. If you want the Dolphins, you can get the 2.5 juiced. If you want the Jets plus 3, you can get that juiced. Cash flow wise here, according to Odds Logic, we have 58% of the tickets, 54% of cash on the New York Jets, 68% of tickets on the under, 58% of cash on the under. For the Dolphins, we have a pretty healthy group. Cornerback Elijah Campbell dealing with an ankle injury. He's questionable. Ifeata Melifonwu with thumb and groin issues. He's questionable. Center Aaron Brewer questionable as well, but they're all expected to be in. For these Jets, they are dealing with some injuries. Of course, Justin Fields out. Cam Jones, linebacker, out. McCrary Ball, linebacker, out. Jarvis Brownlee, cornerback, out. Tony Adams not expected to play through the groin injury. Stiggers is supposed to come back from the concussion protocol, but that's not being confirmed as far as I know. Take it away for us, Bobano. Game 1 of your card, Dolphins Jets.
Can we make it 2 weeks in a row with the Jets? Maybe. I'm going to try. Jets plus 3, minus 120. We cashed a ticket right here on the Pub Hub with the Jets last week. Not pretty, not fun to watch, very excruciating, but they found a way to win against Atlanta last week. I don't trust the Dolphins on the road. 1-4 on the road this year, laying points on the road. They don't put teams away, and that was a benefit to me last week. New Orleans hung around, got through the back door in that game last week. Tyrod Taylor gives them at least some functionality at quarterback. He's not great. He's better than Justin Fields. At least you can throw the ball a bit downfield with him at quarterback. Still don't trust the Miami team on the road. And don't forget, this game's going to be played closer to freezing temperatures today. And we know Tua Tagovailoa and the long-term track record of the Miami Dolphins in outdoor colder weather. It's not been good over the years. So I like the Jets. I think they could win outright.
You are in business. Jets plus 3 at minus 120. We move on to game 2 for Bobano's card. The Indianapolis Colts, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida. Colts 8-4, 2-3 on the road. Jaguars 8-4, 4-2 at home. And we've had lots of discussion about the weather here. You have articles coming out saying storms. I read this hilarious article saying storms are going to wreak havoc. Thunderstorms are wreak havoc on this game. We have 61 Fahrenheit light rain, 7-mile-per-hour winds. I've been saying this, for a few days. There's supposed to be moderate rain later. The heavy rain comes this evening. Now, we'll see. Things can change quickly. The total came out much higher than I could have possibly imagined, and that scared me off of it. No very sharp cappers on the under. They should feel good about themselves, as this has got all the way down to 45. The initial number made no sense to me. The weather overreaction, I almost bet the over today. And then I stopped myself. I was like, I don't need to. Look, the market's going to the under. I know many, many sharp cappers on the under, and I don't need to necessarily get in the way of it. Then on a spread scenario, we have Troy bullish on the Colts. You'll hear other cappers here on the Colts. You'll hear cappers on the Jags as well. The look ahead was a 3. It reemerged at 1. Right now, it's a minus 1.5 for the Colts. So the look ahead minus 3, reemerged to minus 1. When we get to the cash flow here for this one, we have 67% of the tickets, 77% of the cash on the Jacksonville Jaguars, 62% of the tickets on the under, 78% of cash on the under. For the Colts, Sauce Gardner and Tyquan Lewis, defensive end, cornerback Sauce, of course, defensive end, Tyquan Lewis out. For the Jaguars, left tackle Walker Little, concussion out. Safety Andrew Wingard, concussion out. Parker Washington, defensive end Trayvon Walker, defensive tackle Eric Armstead, and safety Eric Murray at this point are expected to try to give it a go. Take it away for us here, Bobano, game 2, Colts Jags.
Yeah, you know what? There is rain in the forecast. I like the over early in the week. I'm still going to make the over an official play, 44.5 minus 118 over the total. 5 straight overs in this series, and I just know off watching the Colts and the Jags over the years, we've seen some high-scoring games between these two teams. I think there's a chance we see that here. I certainly like the way the Jacksonville offense is trending here of late. Trevor Lawrence, and who's made a difference? Jacoby Myers has made a difference. We talked about how, they've obviously been without Travis Hunter. Brian Thomas hasn't had the season we thought that he would have. They've had to rely on other weapons, but getting Jacoby Myers has really helped, gave them an option. and I think that's going to help Jacksonville here. Indianapolis, I'm worried about this team. They've lost 2 in a row against against Kansas City and Houston. Their defense has some issues. DeForest Buckner, missing Gardner, who they just got from the Jets, the Houston injury last week, out for this game. I'm worried about the slide that the Colts are on right now. And I kind of think these are 2 teams going in opposite directions at the moment. And another thing, too, with Indy, I've really tried to watch Daniel Jones a lot the last couple weeks. He ain't right. He's not 100%. He can't run like he did. The mobility's been stunted. That fractured fibula is a very big deal. He looks a bit like a shell of the guy that we saw earlier in the season. And if he's limited in the passing game, and certainly with his legs running the football, you've got to be able to get Jonathan Taylor going. He's obviously had a great season. Jacksonville's run defense is outstanding. Go look at the numbers. The run defense has been phenomenal for this Jaguars team this season. So I think it's 2 teams going in opposite directions. I'm taking Jacksonville here, +2. -110 is the best number out there with that. And then here's the clincher to me. Sometimes teams just can't win in a certain stadium. Indianapolis has found out the hard way. They've had really good teams over the years. They can't win in Jacksonville. They just can't win in this place. They have not won, the Colts, in Jacksonville against the Jaguars in 11 years. 2014 is the last time they won in Jacksonville. Andrew Luck was throwing footballs to Reggie Wayne on that Indianapolis team the last time they won a game here in Jacksonville. So sometimes you just have a hard time winning in a certain place. And for Indy, this has been a haunted house. This has been a house of horrors here in Jacksonville. So Jaguars +2, over 44.5 for me.
What was the juice on both?
It was -110 for the +2. It was -118 for the over.
-118 and -110. You were right. The Jaguars defense, currently ranked 7th on the season by Pro Football Focus, has been a surprise. Man Bear Pig says, I couldn't get there in this game. How has this line not moved towards the Colts all week? I'm surprised that is the thought process. I mean, Colts 2-3 on the road, Jags 4-2 at home, Jags running high, Colts running low, Colts have an injured quarterback, Colts haven't won in Jacksonville in 10 games. I'm surprised Colts are favored. Not that the line has moved. So I see it very, very differently here. And we know the public's on the Jaguars. Why is the line not moving heavier to the Jaguars?
House of horrors, not whores.
House of horrors.
Maybe I should have enunciated a little bit more.
Oh, no. Leave it to our imagination. Okay, right. Let's move on to our next spot on the board. Here we have 1 p.m. Eastern, New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Again, the periodically heavy rain is supposed to come very late in this game, and it could come. It's light rain at first, 8-mile-per-hour winds. Saints Buccaneers. This game made me uncomfortable. Now, look, I couldn't understand how this opened up with the Saints +9. We went through all of the Bucs wins. When have they covered by margin? This is not a team playing at their peak, but this line has moved in the favor of the Saints backers, so they can feel comfortable, even though I thought that this should have opened up at an 8 or a 7.5. The look ahead was a 7.5. It reemerged at an 8.5 and quickly moved to a 9. Now we're down to an 8. So we've had a half-point move since the reemergence towards the New Orleans Saints. From a total standpoint here, we have here we go. We have a 41.5. This look ahead was 43, reemerged 42.5. It was a 42 this morning at 7. It had climbed up from 41.5. Now it's back at 41.5. When we get to the cash flow here for this spot, we have 85% of the tickets, 89% of cash on the Buccaneers. I mean, God, that alone would make you want to back the Saints. We cashed with the Saints last week. Lost with them the week before that. Backed them 2 weeks in a row. 75% of tickets on the under, 83% of cash on the under. The Saints are, of course, out. No Alvin Kamara and Justin Reed out as well. Olave is expected to try and give it a go through the back injury for the Buccaneers. Evans, McMillan, we knew they were. We expected them not to come back yet this week. They haven't. Their practice windows being open. Rashad Wisdom out as well, safety. Wirf's oblique injury is going to try to play through it. So is cornerback Benjamin Morrison. Take it away, Bobano, Saints Bucks.
Yeah, this is a classic bet numbers, not teams type of bet here. So I'm on New Orleans here again. I took cash with New Orleans last week against Miami. We can get New Orleans here still a couple plus 8.5s minus 115. We'll take that. I like this over as well. I think the total has gone to the point. I didn't like the total initially, but 41.5. You get it below that key number. So 41.5 minus 110. I think the over is not a bad look here. Tyler Shuck and the Saints. Okay, he had a bad game against Atlanta. I remember that a few weeks ago. But, he played well against Carolina. He played, I think, decently last week against Miami, especially in the second half. They got the offense going a little bit. And he just got Chris Olave back. That certainly helps. One of the better weapons on this Saints team. And Tampa Bay, they do have some issues as far as their pass defense is concerned. So do the Saints. Saints could be a little bit shorthanded at the safety position today. So Baker Mayfield, I know he's gutting it out, playing through some pain. But when I think of the Saints with those injuries in the secondary that they're dealing with, having to deal with, obviously, the likes of the great rookie, Emeka Egbuka and Chris Godwin. They were hoping to have Mike Evans back, but it looks like it's going to be another week before we see him back. And I certainly think Bucky Irving, yes, can run the football with success. Saints have had some issues. Saints just got gashed by Devon Achane last week. They had real problems on the ground stopping him for the Dolphins. So you got to think Tampa Bay is going to have success running the football, and that'll take pressure and open up the play action and down the field shots for Baker to again against the Saints secondary that's struggling. So I just think this total's fallen too low, 41.5 minus 110. But I also think, Tampa 0-4 ATS their last 4 games. This is just a classic, can't get there with Tampa at this number. New Orleans, I look for these bad teams to still be fighting the good fight late in the year. And they showed me that late in the game against Miami. They didn't roll over. So I think at 8.5, I'm also liking New Orleans here.
8.5 minus 115, the over 41.5 minus 110. We roll on to the next spot on the board for our guy Ian Cameron, currently our leader of 32 cappers, NFL Pub Hub Season 5, Pub Sports Radio. Denver Broncos 10-2, 4-2 on the road at the Las Vegas Raiders, 2-10, 1-5 at home at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. For the Broncos, tight end Nate Atkins, defensive tackle DJ Jones are out. For the Raiders, tight end Michael Meyer, wide receiver Dante Thornton Jr. and Alex Bachman, another wide receiver, depth wide receiver, are out. Aparam, the guard with the back injury, and lineman Jordan Meredith, they're expected to give it a go. So is, of course, Max Crosby, linebacker Jamal Adams, and safety Jeremy Chin, who are all on the injury report listed as questionable here for this one. We have this total at 40.5. Of course, we saw that 10-7 first meeting, but that was in Denver. A little surprised at how low this total is. Look ahead was 39.5, reemerged at 40.5, got up to 41 for a cup of coffee, dropped down to 40. This line has not moved since Friday night, this total at least. From a side perspective here, we did that already. We have the I guess we didn't. Sorry, we have the 8 here. This was not an 8 earlier in the week. The look ahead was an 8, reemerged at 7.5, and it spent the entire week at 7.5, which was a surprise. Then Saturday night, it moves to 8. Now, 1 minute ago, it just moved to 8.5. So Broncos action is coming in fast and furious. 1 minute ago, it moved to 8.5. 76% of the tickets, 84% of the cash on the Denver Broncos. 67% of the tickets, 83% of cash on the under. Ian Cameron, take it away, Broncos Raiders.
Pretty sure last week I had Chargers and double result for sure. I think I had laid the points too on its own.
I will grab it right now.
Yeah, check that out for me.
Keep rolling.
But I'm definitely on Denver double result here, minus 130, bet 365. Obviously, that's the place I go to bet that. I think they lead at half, win the game. And this is a guy that took Washington last week. How good of a call was that last week on the show? Washington Commanders there, plus the points against Denver on Sunday Night Football. I just felt I had. Now, this is different. You could say, yeah, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You're talking about how Denver on the road against weaker teams, they sometimes play down. That's why I like Washington. Washington's a different animal than the Raiders. Washington's got some talent. Washington's got an offensive line that's worth a damn. A quarterback that's worth a damn. There's a big difference between Washington and the Las Vegas Raiders. So, yeah, it may sound like I'm contradictory here, but the Raiders are that friggin' bad and that friggin' terrible right now. It's the offensive line's brutal. Geno is awful, and the offensive line's a product of that. The defense is trying, but they're getting worn down. Is Max Crosby going to suit up? Last I checked, very, very iffy for this game here this afternoon. So to me, even if Denver doesn't bring their A game, they could still grind their way to victory, which they're capable of doing. And I actually think that the Denver Broncos barely escaping Las Vegas is probably a good thing for them earlier this year when they played them in Denver. That was an ugly game. I think they're going to look at that and say, hey, we got to be a whole lot better this time around. And if they're a whole lot better, there's nothing the Raiders can do about it because they're that awful right now. So I'm going to go Denver double result, minus 130. I think I'm just going to go with that. I'm not going to lay. I personally laid the 7.5 with Denver. I will not make that official. I will only go with the double result here, minus 130.
And last week you cashed in the Commanders plus 6.5. You also cashed with the Chargers minus 9 against the Raiders. No double result.
Didn't have double result, just the minus the points. Yeah, it's because the double result there was not cheap enough.
It gets a little too expensive at that number. Yeah.
There you go.
We roll on to the next spot on the board. What an interesting football game this is. Bengals-Bills, Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. 31 Fahrenheit snow, 11-mile-per-hour winds. If I could go back in time, I would not be on the Bengals plus 6 here. Look, I'm not buying out of it or anything like that. My 6 was expensive too. There's so many things happening here where I'm just astonished that after what we saw from Cincinnati, that the public is still hammering the Bills. I thought that the Bengals, I was nervous about it at first because I thought the Bengals were going to be public. The fact that this is a strong 6 makes me so uncomfortable. I'd much rather just watch. There was no look ahead due to Burrow, but we had this opening up at 5.5, dropping to 5.5. That's when I felt good about it. I didn't come into Bankroll Blitz on the Bengals. I was just like, I felt after we capped it, I had to bet them. 6, 5.5. Now we're at a 6, a flat 6 here, which is a surprising number. From a total standpoint here, we have a 55. A 55. This one opened up at 51.5 and immediately dropped to 50.5. I mean, 55? Good God. At what point are we like, this is just
supposed to rain or snow there today? That's
snow, 11-mile-per-hour winds and snow. 55 here. Cash flow wise, 50% of the tickets, 56% of the cash on the bill. So let me take back the public spot. I thought that the Bengals were going to be public, 50 and 44 on them. 55% of the tickets, 55% of cash on the over. So it's not even like the over is public. It's just skyrocketing. Ian Cameron, we have Jermaine Burton out. Defensive end and very important one, Trey Hendrickson out, but he's been out for a while and this defense has looked stronger. Linebacker Shaka Hayward is out. For the Bills, Joey Bosa is out. He's been a huge part of this pass rush. Terrell Bernard, a very important linebacker, is out. Josh Palmer not expected to play, doubtful.
Dalton Ed Oliver still out.
Yes, and Dalton Kincaid is trying to give it a try here, and they're all saying, he's going to try to give it a go. Like, it doesn't sound good, but he's going to. And right tackle Spencer Brown also going to try to give it a go. Take it away, Bobano. Bengals, Bills.
Yeah, I mean, early in the week, I was hoping to bet an over here, but not now. Jeez. I mean, and I love Burrow and Allen. It's a great quarterback matchup. There is questions on these two defenses, especially for Buffalo now. Cincinnati's defense is always questionable because they've stunk most of the year. But now Buffalo with Bosa and Bernard out, there's questions with that defense. But even then, I don't know if I can get to the over now. 54 with some weather in the forecast. Boy, oh boy. But what I can get to is the side. I'm on the same side here as Jimmy here with this one. Cincinnati plus 6.5, minus 1. Oh boy, 6.5 minus 108 at the reduced juice shop. Excellent. 6.5 minus 108 there. I will look at the Bengals here as a team that's, I think they've been revitalized by the Baltimore win. The Baltimore win combined with the Pittsburgh loss, there's still a shot. You're telling me there's a chance? Yes, there is for the Cincinnati Bengals in that mediocre AFC North division. They've galvanized, I think, that game with Burrow coming back. He's only going to get sharper. He's only going to get stronger, I think, with every game under his belt. The defense still scares me against a quarterback like Josh Allen. There's no question. But, you got to like that they force turnovers, and the Bills and Josh Allen at times, especially with the offensive line concerns, they've had a propensity to turn it over here in recent weeks. So, like I said, I just like the vibe around Cincinnati right here. Buffalo has got a losing point spread record at home this year. That's something that's significant and worth pointing out. They've also got a losing point spread record when they're laying more than a field goal this season. Multiple times they didn't cover laying more than a field goal at home already. this year, so they haven't always been great in this moderate favorite range. I like the vibes around the Bengals right now, and there's certainly a feel around this football team. Everything I read this week, they are not giving up on a playoff dream here. So I like Cincinnati. I think we got a close game, plus 6.5.
Cincinnati plus 6.5. We got to move on to our next game. We got to speed it up a little bit. Bobano, Bears, Packers, Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. You want cold? It's cold. 16 Fahrenheit. Mostly cloudy, but no winds in a heated field. Not too tough. Rome Odunze out for the Bears. So is cornerback Tyreek Stevenson out. For the Packers, Lucas Van Ness out. We knew that he was in a walking boot. Devontae Wyatt, sadly done for the season. That's a huge loss. Wide receivers,
he might be the best player on that front seven after Parsons, by the way.
It's a massive loss. Wide receiver Matthew Golden and wide receiver Jaden Reed. Both questionable, but expected to play. So is cornerback Nate Hobbs and safety Javon Bullard. Game time decisions expected to play. Line history wise, here we have a 44 total. The look ahead was 45.5, reemerged at 44.5, did get up to 46, but that was back on Monday. It did get as low as 43.5 this morning. You can still see 43.5 to some books, but I'm looking at a 44 at a pick'em. From a point spread perspective here, I did that. We have the 6.5, a strong 6.5. This has been such a strong 6.5 all week. The look ahead was 6.5. It reemerged at 5.5. It quickly moved to 6.5, and the strength of the 6.5 is only just gotten stronger throughout. Now minus 115 on the 6.5. A very big move. Our guy Cole Leone in the house. Vegas King. Nice to see you, Cole. Miss you, man. Love seeing you here in the chat with us, man. Respect. When we get to the cash flow here for this Bears spot, we have 52% of the tickets, 53% of the cash on the Bears, 56% of tickets on the under, 54% of cash on the under. Ian Cameron, take it away.
I have to take Chicago here if I'm getting 7, and I know there was a 7 earlier. Let me see if that's still out there right now. Let me just see. Yes, plus that's juice, plus 7 minus 116. But I will take it, plus 7 minus 116 on Chicago. Here's where I'm at with this team. I was in this same predicament last week where, Philadelphia, it screamed Philadelphia. Coming off blowing the game against Dallas. Chicago's faced a weak schedule. Chicago's going to get exposed at some point. And all the Bears keep doing is proving people wrong. Defense is playing well enough. They're forcing turnovers. Where does this run game come from? This offensive line for the Bears, you talk about how last year it was a detriment to the team. It's a strength, and it's gotten better every week. Look at what the Swift and Kyle Monangai combination's doing on the ground. Now, that won't be easy against Green Bay, but if you look at Green Bay's run defensive numbers, which are top 10 in the NFL all year, they've actually kind of trended down the last couple of weeks. I think Chicago can control the flow. They certainly did that against Philadelphia, a very good defense on the road. I think they're capable of doing that here a little bit in this game. And I think people see that the statistical profile of Chicago is just not very impressive, that they say, well, they can't keep doing this. They can't keep forcing turnovers, but they keep doing that. And that's when you find the value in teams that just, they're disrespected because the profile statistically does not look good on a team like Chicago. And that's why every week there's value on Chicago. Not to mention, you know what Green Bay's point spread record is this year, laying more than a field goal? 1-6 against the spread. 1-6 against the spread in 7 games, laying more than a field goal. The absence of Wyatt hurts. That hurts the defensive front. I think Chicago can, again, run the football enough to keep this game competitive. I'm also going to go over this total now that it's fallen to 43.5. 43.5 minus 110, Jimmy, with over in this game. The one thing that worries me for Chicago is, and they do get TJ Edwards back, and their linebacking core gets a little healthier thanks to that. But Green Bay's got their full complement of receivers right now, including Jaden Reed, who's coming back. So it's been a long time Jordan Love's been able to operate with a slew of healthy, full complement of receivers. And the one little concern for Chicago is still that secondary, which has been battling injuries all year. So I think the Packers can move the ball here a little bit. No Rome Odunze, but again, I think DJ Moore, others will step up here for the Bears. They got the 2 good tight ends in Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet. So I think it's over 43.5, and it's Chicago for me, plus 7.
You're locked in. Next spot, Rams, Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Tutu Atwell and Poona Ford expected to go. You wonder what happened to the Chargers' run defense. Well, Poona Ford could be your answer. Now on the Rams, of course, with the best run defense in the NFL. Doubtful is Darius Williams with the tibia. It's not expected to play the cornerback there. For the Cardinals, Trey Benson, Emery DeMarcado out. Marvin Harrison Jr. out. Wide receiver Greg Dortch out. Offensive lineman Christian Jones out. Defensive lineman LJ Collier out. All these guys are out. Defensive tackle Walter Nolan out. Cornerback Max Melton out. Safety Dadrian Taylor Demerson out. I mean, this is an absolute mess here for the Arizona Cardinals. This line is a 9.5. We saw this line moving towards the Cardinals all week. It opened up. The look ahead was 9.5. Opened up at 9.5. Within about 18 hours, this was a 7.5. It stayed as a 7.5. Not for about 24 hours. Then it stayed in 8 for a while. This was an 8 until Friday night. Then it got up to a 10. This was a 10 last night and this morning. So big line moves here. From a total standpoint here, we have, from a total standpoint here, we have a 48.5. The look ahead was 47.5, reemerged at 48. Dropped down to 47. Now we're at the high water mark at 48.5 again. And cash wise here, we have 85% of the tickets, 95% of the cash on the LA Rams, 68% of the tickets, 77% cash on the under. Ian Cameron, take it away.
Yeah, there's 2 bets here. I'm on Rams team total over 28.5 minus 108. I definitely think Rams score points, get into the 30s here against this Arizona defense that, they played hard. They played stingy at times, but I'm not, Tampa, Baker was really compromised physically last week, and Jacksonville before that. I think they're, and they still gave up 27 points in that game. I think the Rams just definitely get into the 30s. Let's keep in mind, even with the loss to Carolina, they still scored 28. Before that, they had 34 against Tampa, 42 against San Francisco, 34 against New Orleans, 35 against Jacksonville. They've really only been held down in a victory. They've only been held down below this number once, and that was against a very good Seattle defense in recent games. So I like that team total. I like the full game over as well, simply because I think the one positive for Arizona is they can't run the football. That's another thing that's good for this over. Over 48 minus 114 is the number and price with that. They can't run the football worth a damn. They're probably not going to run it here, but Brissett, even without Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't move the needle for me. He's had a rough year. He's still been able to find other weapons to throw the football to. And that's the strength for Brissett. He's just going to keep chucking the football down the field. And I would expect that here. And you look at Arizona with Brissett, since he took over at quarterback, the points they put up at home, 23 against a pretty solid Green Bay team, 22 against San Francisco, 24 against Jacksonville. So 22 plus. If they reach that mark again at home, the Rams are going to do the rest. And this one will get over the total. So I like over 48 as well, minus 114.
And what was the juice on the team total over 28?
Team total was minus 108 over the 28.5.
You are in business. Sunday Night Football, the last spot on Bobano's card. We got wine time on deck. Texans, Chiefs, Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, Missouri, 28 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 7 mile per hour wind. Safety Jalen Reed is out. Linebacker Jamal Hill is out for the Texans. Kamari Lassiter, quarterback, is expected to try to give it a go. This is a pretty, look, right tackle Jawan Taylor and right guard Trey Smith are not expected to play at this point, and we can see if that will change, but they're not expected to be in the lineup here. It is a big loss. They've already lost Simmons, so it's a big loss, but I did not expect to become bullish on the Chiefs and want to buy them low and all of that, but that's what's happened. This look ahead was 42.5. It reemerged at 43. It's down to a 41 right now. Spread wise here, the Chiefs are -4. -4. The look ahead was 5.5. It reemerged at 3.5 because the look ahead, they didn't know if CJ Stroud was going to be starting last week. So it reemerges at 3.5. It goes down to a 3. It spends a long time at 3 here, maybe 4 days in the middle of the week at 3. And now we have a flat 4. I moved on 2 different spots in this game. The ticket count's coming down. This was an 86% of the cash on the Texans, a couple days ago. Now it's 73% of the cash. 65% of the tickets are on the Texans. This is just sell the Texans as high as they have been, buy the Chiefs as low as they've been. I've doubled down on it. It's nerve-wracking. I got the 3.5. I didn't get the 3. I know others that did. I also bet the double result at +120. I think this is a buy low spot on the Chiefs, but I've been in this situation before that hasn't always worked out. But it tends to at home. Take it away for us, Ian. Texans Chiefs.
No, I'm on the other side here. I like Houston plus 4.5 minus 114. We'll get the 4.5. You can get 4 really cheap, but I'll get 4.5 at minus 114 just to have the hook. What if it's 24-20, something like that in favor of Kansas City? Even though I think Houston could very well win this game outright. Obviously, they're playing great, 4 straight wins. The defense is dominant. Here's the clincher for me that I think is going to be a real problem for the Chiefs to overcome. When you have 3 starting offensive linemen out, 3 of your 5, and it was an offensive line that's been spotty to begin with, and you've got to deal with Will Anderson and everybody on this Houston front 7 defensively. That's a problem. That's a real concern for me. Patrick Mahomes is probably going to be under some serious duress here in this football game against this surging Houston defense. Now they have C.J. Stroud back as well. So, he should be better now. The second game, having a game under his belt already. Kansas City 0-4 against the spread their last 4. The only win was a 3-point win against Indianapolis at home, which is significant because here they are laying the same number, 4.5, as they did against Indy, and they only beat Indy by 3. And that wouldn't be good enough to cover this number. And they lose to Dallas on Thanksgiving. They may say all the right things. I think they're done. I don't think they're making the playoffs. They need a miracle to make it now. This Kansas City Chiefs team, and that Dallas loss, it looks even worse now after what Detroit did to them on Thursday night. I just think it's a bad matchup with the offense of Kansas City versus that Houston defense when you got cluster injuries on the offensive line, making it very difficult for me to ask Kansas City to win by margin. So Houston plus 4.5 minus 114.
You are in business, and that Houston Kansas City example is exactly what the line has done here in this game to a T. 4.5 down to 3, back up to 4.5, like absolutely identical. So it's a perfect example here. Now the only difference is that when it reemerged at 3.5, not a 4.5. But other than that, very, very similar. Bobano, excellent work. Bobano's on Houston plus 4.5 minus 114. Rams team total over 28.5 and the over 48. Bears plus 7 and the over 43.5. Bengals plus 6.5. Broncos double result. We have Saints plus 8.5 and the over 41.5. Bobano on the over 44.5 and Colts Jags and Jacksonville plus 2 at minus 110. Jets plus 3 at minus 120. Our current leader. God, I cannot wait till Sunday Night Football. This Chiefs Texans game is going to be absolutely heaven. Bobano, thank you so much for all your hard work. Ice Guys, NBA OG show, and Hitting the Books YouTube channel. Now bowl season must watch here. Are you popping off bowls on Monday?
No, next Monday. We're going to wait. Connor's got some commitments tomorrow, so we're going to do the first bowl preview show Monday, December 15th, so a week from tomorrow. So looking forward to that. So Hitting the Books, college football. We'll still have college basketball shows, members-only shows this week for Hitting the Books. Ice Guys 7 days a week for NHL, and, of course, the NBA OG Crew Betting Show Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern with Dutch Ski and Wham. Jimmy, good luck. Everyone in the chat, good luck. We'll see you next week.
There he is, Mr. Ian Cameron in the house. We bring on our next guest. We haven't had him since week 11. As you've watched our next guest cap, it doesn't matter what sport he's capping, he wins. And he's no different here in the NFL. He's coming off a monster Saturday in college football and college basketball. He had a monster Friday in NBA. He's running hot. Here, he's 7-4 plus 2.5 units. This is his 4th appearance on NFL Pop-Up, coming to us from Los Angeles, California. The star of Walk-Off Wagers and Betting with the Bag. Please welcome our guy, Wine Time Sports. Wine Time, what's good, man? How are you?
Jim the Bag, happy Sunday. Good to be here with you. I know you've got a lot of guests today, so we'll get right into it. It's a great Saturday yesterday, Jim. We went 2-0 in the NHL too publicly, so we're 3-0 to start our season in NHL. We were on the Calgary Flames. We're on the Canucks. They got it done. Love those spots. So NHL's been fun too. It's been a great time these last couple of days. So excited to cap this NFL card with you.
Oh, I love it. I didn't know you were rocking in the National Hockey League last night too. I love it. I love the sounds of all this. The first game on your board is your Washington Commanders in action here. 3-9, 1-5 on the road. Minnesota Vikings 4-8, 1-4 at home. Of course, your starting quarterback has returned. Jaden Daniels back. U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Bobby Wagner, knee barking. He's going to try to give it a go. Noah Brown, groin, knee, a whole bunch of issues. He's going to try and give it a go as well. George Fant out on the offensive line, and Drake Johnson on the defensive Drake Jackson out on the defensive line. For the Vikings here, Theo Jackson, safety, is out. Christian Darrisaw, also, a left tackle with his knee barking. He's going to try to give it a go. So is Donovan Jackson, the left guard. Ty Chandler and Levi Drake Rodriguez, defensive tackle, is out. So let's get into the line history. We haven't set this one up. Now, there was a big line move here when Jayden Daniels was announced in. The look ahead was 2.5 for Minnesota, minus 2.5. It reemerged minus 1.5. It went down to a pick 'em. I moved on the money line when the Vikings were favored. I did not think Jayden Daniels was going to return. And just because he has, I'm fine with my action. I'm fine with the situation. I'm fine with the buy low spot. It just, wasn't part of the initial script, but it didn't change anything. I just would have got a better line. 61% of the tickets, 67% of cash on the Washington Commanders, 53% of tickets on the over, 56% of cash on the under. Take it away for us here. Wine time, Commanders, Vikings.
Yeah, you guys see, I got the Jayden Daniels shirt on here. Might be a little bit disappointed if you think I'm going to come out here and back my guy coming off the injury. A little bit surprised that they are bringing him back. I wasn't super surprised they brought Joe Burrow back a little bit. Like he said, he's making $300 million in his contract. Jayden Daniels, you don't really want to risk further injury, but if he's ready to go, if the medical staff says he's ready to go, apparently he is. The rest of the season, they could probably win out and still not make a playoff spot. And to me, this is just kind of a difficult spot. You've got Minnesota Vikings, not a team that I've been backing too much this season, and you've got a really bad quarterback situation over there. J.J. McCarthy is expected to go. I don't know, how much enough upgrade he is from Max Brosmer between those two. Those are two of the worst quarterbacks we may ever see from the eye test playing in the National Football League. But here I am, guys, on J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings. I know the line flipped, all that good stuff. It's because Jayden Daniels is in. I'm a little confused why I know it's a road game, and Commanders have 3 wins this season. Jayden Daniels coming off an injury. I'm surprised the line didn't move a little bit more towards him, especially when we're seeing 61% of the tickets and 67% of the cash coming in on him. Circa's hanging a -1 right now. This didn't move enough for me. I get it if you're on Washington because Jayden Daniels is back. He's a gamer. I love the guy. I think he's a really good quarterback. I just don't think this is a right situation for him. We've got a total sitting here at 44. I don't know. This is a difficult spot. I'm on the Minnesota Vikings here in a couple different ways. I'm on the Minnesota Vikings money line, and I'm also on the Vikings +7 in a teaser that we're going to be talking about later. But the one play in here is the Vikings money line at +100. Still get that number available at most spots. You can find probably even some +105s out there if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, give me Minnesota Vikings here. I'm fading my team, fading my squad, fading my quarterback coming back. I like the Vikings here.
The look ahead total is 41.5, opened up at 42, now up at 44. And our guy Sky Dragon saying the move to it says, has anyone watched many play offense? This move to the over also makes no sense. Look, I really like JJ McCarthy watching Max Brosmer fail. It helps to see futility when you're making mistake after mistake after mistake, and then you see someone else make mistake after mistake, and you're like, oh, that's what I'm doing. Oh shit! I when you watch someone play great, I think it hurt. I think it's watching Darnold dominate last year did not necessarily help JJ McCarthy. If you can watch someone like that for 3 years or 4 years, that's different. But for 1 year, your first year, you watch someone look so good, Pro Bowler, it kind of messes with your head and puts a ton of pressure on you. I think this is different. Watching Brosmer fail, I think that we'll see one of his best games of his career, and I know that's not saying much. We move on in NFL. Best NFL games of his career, which is not saying much. Bengals, Bills, Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York, 31 Fahrenheit, no 11 miles per hour. One time we've already set this game up. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm on the Bills here in a big way, Jim. I really like the Buffalo Bills here in this spot. I get it. Joe Burrow came back for Thanksgiving. He looked really good out there beating their rival. His first game back. A lot of people were surprised he came back. He's a gamer. There's a reason why he's one of the best, not just quarterbacks, but one of the best players in all of the National Football League. When he's out there on the field, he can always give you a chance. But yet we're seeing this line at a 6 right now, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Why is this not a 4, 4.5? I know it's in Buffalo. It's also Joe Burrow against Josh Allen. Some people probably think, I don't know if I agree with it. I'm sure some people think that Joe Burrow is a better quarterback here, and he's got better weapons. You look at the Bills' weapons, who are some of these guys here? Allen's a gamer. I think they're going to take care of business against the Cincinnati Bengals team. I moved on again in a couple different ways here, guys. I moved on the Bills -6 at -105. And this is the second leg in that teaser we just talked about. Bills pick them for that 6-point teaser with the Vikings +7, -120. There's no way the Bills don't win this game here. I get it. The Bengals coming off a very impressive win against a rival. I think this is a letdown spot. I think the Lions kind of telling us that I think Allen's going to go out there and have himself a ball game. And this probably gets out of hand, probably even a 10-point victory here for the Bills. So I'm on the Bills here. Couldn't believe where this line was at. I thought, and looking at the market right now, let's pull this up here. The market we have, why can I not find this right here? Here we go, 52% of bets and 54% of cash on the Bengals. So it's a 50-50 split. I'm surprised there's not more public money on the Bengals getting a 6. It's just, to me, when I look at this, it's like, how do you not take the Bengals if you're going to sit down and watch football, with your friends and stuff? How do you not think like, oh, Joe Burrow can hang within 6 points of Josh Allen? That's why I'm on the Bills here. Give me the Bills -6 and pick them in that teaser -120.
I know we're running a little bit behind, but I don't need to do setups for some of these games. Can you just touch on this total here now at 55? Yes. Troy saying it would have to be over. I mean, it's such a bullish move to the over. It's not like the over is very public. DG did move on the under at 54.5. Can you touch on it?
Yeah, I do think that this is an over spot. I think probably it's going to be a shootout in the first half. In the second half, I think the Bills are going to probably just keep on scoring against a Bengals defense I don't particularly like. I know they played well in that last game, but to me, it's an over spot. I think that both these teams can score. We're seeing 54% of tickets, 59% of the cash on the over, and the line is moving towards the over. I mean, Circa has it at 55. A couple other sharp books have a 55. Some are hanging at 54.5 still, but something tells me this goes over. Circa's hanging at 55 here. What is this? By far the highest total on the board. I mean, it's not even particularly close. Like, this has to go over. I might end up moving on this here after the show. We'll see. But I am interested in the over. When I capped this, I thought, I'm like, dude, 55 points right here. This is by far the highest total with two very high-powered offenses here, two quarterbacks that are going to want to go at each other. I think by the time the third and fourth quarter rolls around, the Bills will be up a good amount. But I think this does go over.
There's one total within 6 points of this. There's another total within 10. Every other total is 10 points less than this. Insane. Let's move on to a extreme low total from the high total. We got Titans, Browns, Huntington Bank Field, Cleveland, Ohio, 33 Fahrenheit, light snow, 6 miles per hour. It's not bad weather conditions. The look ahead was a 34. And I was surprised. I thought we'd get a 36.5 or something that I might think about going under. Look ahead here was a 34.5. It reemerges at 33. All of it. Now it's a 33 again. Look up. I get it. From a spread scenario, like I get it with these two offenses, but from a spread scenario, the Cleveland Browns are -3.5, and the look ahead was 3.5. It got up to 4. It's come down to 3.5. I was sitting with this, for a week, and I backed the Browns so often this year, and I know that 25-8 was not a clear indication of what happened in that 49ers game. The noise canceled score is much different, but the Titans just got annihilated 25-3, couldn't do a goddamn thing. And when this was sitting here at 3.5 and not moving, 71% of the tickets on the Cleveland Browns, I was like, you know what? And I even told Troy, and Troy did not vouch for this. He was not like, yes, go forward. He was like, I bet the Titans at +3.5, -107. I just felt like I had to do it. Lloyd Cushenberry out. That's a problem. Important center. He's not being very good this year. Cornerback Jalen Armour-Davis is out as well. For the Browns, Jack Conklin and Wyatt Teller are out. It's a big loss to the offensive line. Defensive tackle Aiden Huntington is out as well. All of the questionables are supposed to give it a go. Devin Bush, linebacker, being the most important here. Take it away for us. Wine time. Titans-Browns.
Yeah, a little side note, I'll keep it quick here, guys. Both these quarterbacks, Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward, these guys grew up together. They played football together their whole lives. Their football coach their quarterback coach in the offseason is very much both of their quarterback coach. These guys train with each other going into their junior, senior year in college in the summer, grinding with each other day in and day out. And Cam Ward would constantly get on Shedeur Sanders about not giving enough effort, all that stuff. And here we go. Shedeur against Cam Ward here. Two of the worst teams in the NFL right now, but we got two young quarterbacks going at it here in a low total. This total is way too low. Normally, you guys I'd be coming on here and I'd say, this is a low total. Why are we not on the under? It's low for a reason. for me, I feel like, looking at the market here, let me pull this up here. If we're looking at the cash and tickets, 81% of tickets and 83% of cash on the under. This is Circa's hanging at 33. I get it. I kind of wanted to see Circa be hanging at 34 right now to just kind of make me want the over even more with all these tickets and money coming in on it. And I am on the over 33.5 minus 110 in this spot. I think both these quarterbacks are going to want to put up some stats, and they're going to want to go against. This is going to be a kind of a fun game to watch. I know it's kind of under the radar. It's two bad teams, but this should be pretty fun. And I think that this easily goes over 33.5 points. I think this is going to get to 40. I think both offenses are going to be able to score in this one. Two defenses that don't get me wrong. Cleveland's got a really good defensive player over there. But I still think that there's going to be scoring in here. I did see there might be some snow in Cleveland for like 30 minutes or something in an hour and a half. I get it. I think these guys are going to come. These guys are going to play up to the task here, and this is going to fly over this total. Normally, you would never see me on an over in this spot. I would feel like it's so public, but no, the under is so public here. Kind of crazy to see a total this low and seeing the public just hammering the lower. Obviously, because both these quarterbacks haven't really put up good numbers this year, and neither of these teams are good, but I'm on the over. Give me the over 33.5 minus 110. This is going to sail over. I'm going to take some alternative lines too. I'm not going to give them out here on the show, but I'm going to take like a 36.5. I'm going to take like a 39.5 and for a couple half units as well, because I think this gets to 40.
You are in business over 33.5 minus 110. Final spot on the board before we have our next guest joining us is our Sunday nighter. Hope you can join us for this one, man. I cannot wait. This is my Saturday night, man. I'm itching for the brown liquor, man. Texans Chiefs, take it away.
Yeah, I heard you guys break this game down. I heard you guys break this down on Bengal Blitz. I'm with you guys. I think this is a Chiefs spot. I think it's kind of telling laying a 3.5 here, and people are kind of giving up on the Chiefs at this point, being a 6-6 record. Some people are saying they're not going to make the playoffs. This team isn't going to give up. They're going to keep fighting here until the absolute end here. I moved on this in a little bit different of a way here, guys, though. I am on a 6-point teaser in this game with both of these teams. Kind of similar to what we moved on Thursday night. I put it in the chat. I didn't tweet it out, but we were on the Lions and we were on the over in a 6-point teaser. And it was just easy motherfucking money. And I feel like this is going to be easy fucking money here. Give me the Chiefs +2 and the Texans Chiefs over 35.5 in a 6-point teaser. I find it hard to believe that this is going to be a low scoring game. I get it. It's a low total. Circa's hanging a 42 right now when all these other places are hanging a 41.5. I think that this is going to go over. I think we're going to see some of these low totals go over here, guys. I'm usually on the opposite side, but it's kind of funny seeing the public coming in and hammering this under. I get it. Sunday Night Football, unders are usually good on these primetime games, especially with low totals, but not here. And I get it. Houston's defense, I mean, it's been lights out. This is one of the best defenses out there. I think the Chiefs are going to be motivated in this game. I'm probably going to be on the Chiefs at some point, -3, -3.5 at some point today, guys. I'll tweet it out and we'll add it because we're talking about this game. But as of right now, we are on a teaser. Chiefs +2 and the over 35.5. And that's going to get you -120. I really like this spot here, guys. I think this is going to fly over. I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. I think they're going to win this game by probably more than 3 points as well, which is why we're probably going to be on them spread eventually. Might even look at a double result spot. This seems like you guys talked about it, like kind of like the Lions spot on Thursday to me. So, yeah, I'm on the Chiefs here and I'm on the over. I think there's going to be points scored.
You are in business. Chiefs +2 in the over 35.5 -120. Then we have the over 33.5 in Tennessee, Cleveland. Bills -6 at -105. Vikings +100. And the teaser is Vikings +7. And the Bills pick them at -120. Thank you, Wine Time. Stay hot, man. I love it with the baby on the way and the cash rolling in. Stay hot, man. Stay hot. Our families need it, man. They need it. Wine Time, thank you for all your hard work, man. Love watching you succeed. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
Oh, love you, Jimmy. Love all the cappers in the chat. Shout out to my guy, Troy Torrance, in there, Dougie Wise. So all the guys in there that I didn't mention because we got to get these cappers on, get rolling. Love you guys. Good luck on all your guys' action. I'll see you guys either tonight on the live stream or tomorrow night on the live stream. So I'll see you guys soon. I'm out.
There he is, Wine Time Sports in the house. We move on to our next guest. Last time he joined us was week 12. He went 5-2 plus 2.68 units. And I wanted him back right away. Anytime a capper has a big show like that, I want him back right away. He was unavailable last week. We got him here this week. I love watching this man work. Please welcome the star of the Stacks play today, Mr. Justin McKelvey in the house.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
Justin, what's good? How are you, my man?
Pretty good. Go Dogs. Let's go.
Yeah, huge, dominant win for your
Yeah.
boys there. Dominant. Shut everybody up is what you guys did. It was great. Great to see. Shout out to the Gorkle in the house. Gorky with Jags money line plus 100. Houston money line plus 140. Thank you, Gorky, my friend. Stacks, let's get right to work. You have hammered our first game on the board. You've hammered it in multiple ways. Talk to us. Bengals, Bills. We've already set this one up. How you getting paid?
Yeah, I got 4 bets in this game. I really like this game. It's something I started doing for the NFL slate. Just finding one game and beating it up. And that's pretty much what I did. And I got a script for all of it. I'm on the Bengals. I'm glad to hear that you and a couple other people with me. And Wonton's, no, I don't like being on the other side of Wonton, but it happens, good luck. But I'm on the Bengals plus 6. 4 of the last 5 meetings they covered. Joe Burrow and the whole gang is back. I think that when I say 4 of the last 5 men against the Bills, I just think with Burrow, I like this team. I didn't bet no pre-flops like before the season, but I've always liked this team. Like just with Higgins and Chase and Joe Burrow. So I like this team. I think they're going to keep it close with the weather. I don't know about the point or the total, like the over and under. I think the spread is kind of high, but I love the Bengals. As far as the spread, that's the first play. I got that at minus 108. I'm on James Cook too, over 1.5 or over 115.5 rushing the receptions. And the way I look at it is he always cashes line, like not literally, but I love the way he plays, screen passes, running. This Bengals defense is horrible. That's the only thing that worries me about the Bengals spread. But when I looked at 4 of the last 5 meetings they covered, and then Higgins is coming back, so I like my chances. But on offense, this is his go-to. He's gonna run. And he also gonna catch passes. He had like 144 rushing yards or all total yards last week. I'm going back to him this week. James Cook over 115.5 minus 115 rushing and receiving yards. Stacks play today. Number 1 is Chase Brown of the Bengals, over 72.5 rushing and receiving yards minus 115. That's Stacks play number 1. And I just love the spot. He's over this number in 5 of his last 6 games. You want to keep the Bills' offense off the field. You can run against this defense, bottom 10, and giving up the run for this Bills defense. I like Chase. Going over this number, playing from behind, you definitely want to keep the Bills' offense off the field. So I like Chase, especially recent form, 5 of the last 6. Stacks play today, number 1. Over 72.5 rushing and receiving, minus 115. And the last one is Josh Allen, interception plus 105. I think that's the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And Josh Allen interception. I love betting his interceptions. For the game script that I have, whether it's a high-scoring game or low-scoring game, you're going to keep up with Joe Burrow. He's going to score. He's going to put you in a position where at some point in time, whether it's the end of the first half or end of the game, Josh Allen's going to be under pressure. And Joe Burrow's going to keep the pressure on him. I think Josh Allen's going to make a mistake. I think the Bengals is live to win this game, and I think Josh Allen's interception is an excellent bet, plus money.
Justin McKelvey attacking game 1 on this slate, on his slate. Bengals, Bills, 4 spots. Bengals plus 6, minus 108. Cook over 115.5 rushing receiving, minus 115. Chase Brown over 72.5 rushing receiving, minus 115. Josh Allen interception at plus 105, which leads us to our next spot on the board, Justin. Again, we've already set up Dolphins, Jets, 41 Fahrenheit, cloudy, 7 miles per hour at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The floor is yours. How are you getting paid?
Yeah, this is something that I like to find quarterbacks that just recently got a job and they have the number 1 target. And Stacks play today, number 2, Adonai Mitchell of the New York Jets. That's his Tyrod Taylor's number 1 target. He had 100-something plus yards receiving last week. And the way I look at this Dolphins defense is horrible. Everybody passed against them. Whether it's Mitchell, I think they're both going to have the best day. But Adonai Mitchell over 47.5 receiving yards at minus 113 and Stacks play today, number 2. And I just think he's going to go to him. I think you can ladder this position for him. Mechie's all right, but he just got there. But Mitchell just seems like when Taylor's in there, that's where he's going to, Mitchell. I like his touchdown, but I love him laddered his receiving yards.
Over 47.5 receiving and minus 113 is the official spot here, but Justin attacking it in different ways. We move on to our next spot on the board here, and we haven't set this one up, and it is fascinating. Seattle Seahawks 9-3, 5-1 on the road to the Atlanta Falcons, 4-8, 2-3 home. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Touchdown Troy Torrance is on your Atlanta Falcons. Got him plus 7.5. It's clearly the sharp side. It's been the sharp side all week, and I am still very hesitant to press the button. I couldn't press the button. It's hard for Seahawks. This is a healthy, dangerous squad. Falcons don't have Drake London. They don't have defensive end Brandon Dorless or safety DeMarco Helms. But outside linebacker James Pierce is expected to go. So is David Onyemata. The defensive tackle is expected to try to give it a go. Line history wise here, all week, it's just looked sharper and sharper. Here we have the flat 6.5. The look ahead was 7.5. It reemerged at 7.5. That 7.5 lasted until, basically until Monday, Tuesday. Then it moved to a 7. Then it moved to 6.5 Saturday night. Now, you could have said it moved maybe Saturday morning, but officially it moved Saturday night. Now we have a flat 6.5. Who wants to fade the Seahawks? Nobody. Who wants to fade the Seahawks on the road? Nobody. Who wants to fade the Seahawks at McDonald's at 1 p.m. Eastern games? Nobody. But it clearly feels sharp. 65% of the tickets, 57% of cash on Seattle. That number's gone way down. 62% of tickets on the under, 63% of cash on the under. Take it away for us here, Justin. Mercedes-Benz Stadium hosting Seahawks Falcons.
Yeah, I think we're in a good spot right here. I don't think we're going to win the game, but not officially. I did bet my team. But officially, it's something I bet a lot, actually. I think it was the last time whenever the Falcons played the Patriots, I gave it out in the cash. And this Seattle defense, I think they're overrated personally. Not going by numbers, just my personal opinion. But it's hard to run against this defense. And Kirk Cousins, I'm not even going to get into Kirk Cousins, but he's going to need a lot of help with no Drake London today. And playing at home, your best weapon is good to Bijan Robinson. But I'm not on him both his yards. I'm only on his receiving yards. Receiving yards at 40 plus at plus 102. So you can take it down. That's I altered it up a little bit to get plus money because I love the spot. Because you're not going to be able to run against this defense. You can pass against them. And without no Drake London, Kirk Cousins is going to be in trouble. He's going to be panicking, look to his dump off, screen passes, check downs, and all that. All that's going to go to Algier, but most of it's going to go to Bijan Robinson. So Bijan Robinson, 40 plus receiving yards, plus 102.
That's a sharp look. It makes a ton of sense here to focus on the receiving and not the rushing, and I like it. We move on to our next spot on the board for Justin McKelvey. It is Rams Cardinals State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. We've already set this one up. Take it away.
I love this spot. It's my total of the day. I'm on the Rams over 48 minus 114. Cardinals is 5-1 to the over at home. Rams is 4-1 to the total on the road. They're coming off a loss. I love hearing Babano talking about the team total. I wrote that down on Mike Talon. But the Rams coming off that road loss, that embarrassing road loss to the Panthers, I expect them to pick a big number. This Cardinals team, all they do is just give up 30 points, 35 points. I don't know the exact number. They always giving up big numbers. So Rams coming off a loss. Cardinals will help out with this total. Give me over. I got over 48 flat minus 114.
You're in business here, Justin. The final spot on the board for you is this Bears-Packers game. The injuries for both squads, the strength of this 6.5 it's so strong that it hasn't slipped down below that with this 9-3 Bears squad that I still may move on the Packers. It's such a strong number. I didn't want to. I don't want to fade Ben Johnson. And Troy Torrance saying that the market has a very difficult time, calculating exactly what Ben Johnson is doing. And we saw the number make no sense when they went to Philadelphia last week. He's clearly proving he's a hell of a football coach. Take it away for us, Justin. Last spot on the board, Bears-Packers.
Yeah. No, I ain't got a side yet on it, but I'm right with you. I do want to press the Packers button. But what I did get to is, and I bet him a lot in different ways. A lot of people don't like him, shout out Dutch, but it is what it is. I don't mind him. I don't get into his personal stuff, but Caleb Williams, I'm on his rushing yards over 18.5 at minus 120. And I think with this defense, he's going to be like in a hurry. I know, Parsons. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. Parsons is going to be on his ass. So with this defense, they put pressure like without blitz. Their blitz rate ain't that high, but they put a lot of pressure. Anytime Caleb Williams is under pressure, especially with Noah Dunze in his lineup, he's gonna need a little bit of help. Swift ain't it. I don't like Swift personally. I think he's overrated. But I just think he's gonna get these rushing yards. He's gonna be desperate. And part of my script is I like the Packers. So when you're playing catch up, you don't have no Dunze. There's gonna be a lot of busted plays, prevent defense, where you're gonna see the backs of the jerseys of the defense, and you're gonna run. He's cleared this line for me in 2 of the last 3 times I bet him. So I think this line's extremely low. 18 made me almost not want to bet it, but I like it.
You
18 and a half, my fault, minus 120.
Over 18 and a half, rush yards minus 120 for Caleb Williams. The over 48 minus 114 in Rams Cardinals. You have the 40-plus receiving yards for Bijan Robinson at plus 102. Adonai Mitchell over 47 and a half receiving at minus 113. Bengals plus 6. Cook over 115 and a half rushing receiving. Chase Brown over 72 and a half rushing receiving. And Josh Allen interception at plus 105. Stay hot, Justin. You are crushing NBA on betting with the bag. You went 5-2 plus 2.68 units here on week 12. Stay hot. A big week here. Launch yourself into the top 5, for sure the top 10. Thank you for all your hard work, Justin, my man. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
Thanks for having us. Have a day.
There he is, Justin McKelvey in the house. We head up to Northeastern Ohio for our next guest, freshly back from vacation. Currently ranked second out of 32 cappers we've had here on our show, 23-14 plus 7.28 units, ready to attack the board. Please welcome the star of walk-off wagers here alongside Wine Time Sports, star of betting with the bag on Thursdays, and star of the Sauce Network, our friend Morgan Spooner to the show. Morgan, how are you, my man? I think you're muted, my guy. We'll get this set up here shortly. May need to do a refresh here, which is no problem. There we go. There we go. We are in business. Spooner, welcome back from vacay, man. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Bad news about my microphone, though. So I have to use the built-in one to the camera until I get a new mic here for the next couple days. So it is going to be a little off. Had a great vacation. Went down to the Bahamas with the wife and kid. We had a great time down there. Spent some time in Coco Cay and Nassau. It was a good time. Really enjoyed it. Wife hit big in the casino. Makes it just like an even sweeter vacation. So great. Got back at it the last few days in college basketball. Really excited to continue with that. And big card today in NFL. So let's get after it.
I love it. My wife hit big in the casino is a sentence I've never heard in my entire life until you uttered it. 46 years old, gambling nonstop my whole life. Never have I ever heard that shit in my entire life, Spooner. So hold on to that shit. It ain't happening again, man. It ain't happening again.
That was pretty exciting.
Let's get to work here. Colts, Jaguars, Everbank Stadium, Jacksonville, Florida. This is such a highly contentious football game that we've already set up. Take it away.
Colts, Jaguars. This is kind of a tough game. I like the Jaguars defense an awful lot. I think it's going to put this team in a position to be in this game for a good chunk of it. One thing that scares me is they can turn the ball over at will almost at times, but their offense can't really do anything with this football. I think the Colts, people are kind of out on them. They're looking at the injuries that you have surrounding Daniel Jones. And I think this is a spot where we're kind of buying low on them. I don't love the Jaguars offense. I just think this number's short. I think this should be closer to 3. And I got a Colts money line. I paid a little bit of juice for it, minus 125.
You are in business. Colts money line minus 125 for Morgan Spooner, which takes us right into Commanders Vikings US Bank Stadium. We've set this one up. Take it away.
So this Vikings line has moved quite a bit on circa. This opened up a -1, immediately jumped to -2. Then it flipped with the injury news surrounding Jaden Daniels. And this line is back to a -1 right now. So I just think this was too much movement. I paid a little bit of juice to get the 2.5 with the Vikings this morning on Hard Rock. I think there's still 2.5s out there currently. I just think this is also way too big of a move, just like an overreaction to an injury. I think this is one of the most profitable lines you can probably or angles you can follow in sports, is when you have a big name player coming back, just kind of fading that team after the line moves. There was a -2.5 with the Vikings at one point. That was like our circle line is the -2.5, a +2.5, a 5-point move in an NFL game pre-flop is absurd. There's no player that's worth that. And I just like to fade that. So Vikings 2.5.
I'm with you. I would prefer to have a 2.5 in my pocket, but I'm right with you. So is Wine Time. Wine Time fading his team, which is always a good sign. I'm right with you. Move on to Titans, Browns, Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, I did bet the other side last night, and look, I'm rocking my Warm Moon jersey right now. It's this is a tricky, tough one, man. Take it away.
So, what's your other side of this? I am kind of interested. I guess I can hit it first because I'm the guest on the show. Cleveland Browns defense is a really good defense. I know Kyle is on this Tennessee Titans side as well. I just think this is like the most absurd ask for any young NFL quarterback, especially somebody coming from a warm climate, to go into Cleveland today on a day where it's going to be snowing and cold and face that Cleveland Browns defense. I honestly think we could start you at quarterback there for the Browns, and we could cover this 3.5. I don't think the quarterback is going to be the issue. I think it's going to be the defense. I think Cleveland finds a way to put points on the board with their defense, whether it be with an actual score or just putting them in such good field position every single time down there. So I think this line is short. I get it's the Cleveland Browns. They're a bad team. Nobody likes to back the Browns. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games, but Tennessee's lost their last how many games in a row? And I mean, I guess you're buying low on Tennessee, but they're just a terrible football team. And I honestly think this is one of those teams you can make money fading. I think this line should be closer to 7. They just know nobody would bet the Browns at 7.
Look, I started on Cleveland, just like 71% of the tickets out there on Cleveland. Watching this line drop down to 3.5, sitting with the idea that Shedeur Sanders is going to bring the best out of Cam Ward. And when I started sitting with that for a while, the psychological opportunity of these guys going up against each other here in the NFL, I started thinking, well, we're really going to see the best out of Cam Ward in a very difficult environment against a very difficult defense. And I think he will be the difference.
Say what does the best of Cam Ward look like? What is that?
I think it looks like 195 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. He'll run for 26 yards, and he'll outplay Shedeur Sanders for 60 minutes.
I think he will outplay Shedeur Sanders. I agree with that aspect of it, but I don't think they win the football game.
I don't need him to.
This is true.
It's going to be fun. Look, Troy was not vouching for this shit that I'm on. Look, I get it.
I don't like it. I know Kyle loves it too. He's on the Titans. That's just disgusting. I hate seeing my friends do stuff like that.
Oh man. Let's go on. Let's move on. Texans Chiefs. We've already set this one up. Spooner, take it away.
Texans Chiefs. So Houston Texans defense right now is one of the best defenses in the league. They can pressure the quarterback without really needing to blitz, and that gives them an enormous just kind of heads up advantage in this matchup versus the Chiefs today, because the Chiefs aren't missing 2 offensive linemen. They're missing 3 offensive linemen today. That is a huge ask to have 3 guys step up. But here, Arrowhead, I just think Kansas City, you're never going to get a chance to buy them lower. I took the Chiefs -3, -120. The Houston Texans look pretty good right now. I get that. That's the whole buy low, sell high scenario. And I'm not trying to buy into this Texans team right now. I think the Chiefs are undervalued, and that's the whole bet right here. We're getting the Chiefs at a -3 price when normally I'd have to pay this number at like a 5.5, 6.5 versus this Texans team right now. And I think that's a significant difference. I think the Chiefs really need a win here. This is one of these teams, as we come down the stretch, the teams that are trying to make their playoff push, we'll find value in them. And I think this is a spot for the Chiefs right here today.
I agree. I wish I had the -3 and -120. I thought about last night spending -150 or something like that on -3, which I didn't do. When did you get the -3 and -120? Was it on vacation or was it when you came back?
No, it was when I got back into Florida because I have it on Hard Rock.
Okay, that would have been what, like
It's Thursday or Friday.
Okay. God, it was a great score, an excellent score there. Okay, we move on to your final spot on the board, the Monday Nighter. We have our next guest ready to rock. Our next two guests ready to rock. I love it. Spenny Pennybaum, Spenny Pendergrass, and LJ from H-Town Spenny on deck, LJ in the hole. Great to have these guys rocking with us. But, Spooner, Dennis Garcia is a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and he has no possible explanation for why we are on the Philadelphia Eagles here. Now, I will have opportunities to try to explain it. And really, I'm fading the Chargers. I'm not betting on the Eagles, although I do like the buy low spot. Now, I've heard, from others, Kyle Kerms being one of them, who took the look ahead on the Chargers, saying this line doesn't make any sense. Look, this is a very highly contentious game, and I can't wait for Monday Night Football. Spooner, take it away. Why are you on the Philadelphia Eagles?
Because everybody wants to get on the Los Angeles Chargers again this season. And I feel like we've done this like over and over again. It's like the little Snoopy comic there where they pull the football out. The Chargers are a bad football team that look good sometimes. And the Eagles are a good football team that look bad sometimes. I think this is a great opportunity to buy low on the Philadelphia Eagles. I paid minus 115 for the 1.5 here. I'm not a big fan of this Chargers team. We've watched them pretty closely throughout the course of this season, dealing with injuries, getting a little bit healthier. Now they're at home, and everybody's just fallen off this Eagles train. Kind of losing my notes here, trying to find it real quick. Oh, it's a Monday night game. That's why I can't find it. So we have 51% of the tickets, 67% of the cash on the LA Chargers. Those numbers have always been in favor of the Chargers since I've been watching this game. Circa opened this at -3.5 with Philadelphia. It came down to 3 immediately. Now it's down to a -2. So we have a 1.5 movement on one of the sharper books that I think is in the land. And I just don't agree with it. And everybody just trying to get off the Eagles. You're talking about Philadelphia fans not wanting to bet their own team. It's a great buy low opportunity. I think the Chargers are overvalued off some of their recent success here, and I think it's a good spot.
I love it. I love it. The fact that everybody just saw the Chargers destroy the Raiders, off the bye is just, I think, a wonderful position to be in for the next game. Now we will see. We'll talk more about it. Sasha, my pops, he doesn't like going to the night games. He sold his tickets for this. $1,100 for 2 tickets and parking is what he got for it. But he's also put a big chunk of that into his biggest investment, fading his LA Chargers this week. We'll talk more about it as the show goes on. I love it. Morgan Spooner, currently ranked 2nd out of 32 cappers here on our show. He's been delivering the goods across all sports. Eagles -1.5, -115. Chiefs -3, -120. Browns -3.5 and -110. Vikings +2.5 and -120. Colts moneyline -125. All tweeted out. Follow him at Spoons Bets. Morgan, thank you so much for your time. Any last words for the cappers supporting the show?
Just good luck. Keep following all these guys in the screen today, like Bobano, Wine Time. Everybody's absolutely killing it. Our guy Stacks. My favorite NCAA bet today is St. Peter's -4.5. I think the line might be up to 5.5 right now, but they just have an overwhelming defense, and they play a team whose backup point guard, 6-man guy who plays 25 minutes, just missed the last game with a big leg injury, and only having 1 point guard versus this defense is going to be really difficult. St. Peter's is my only multiple unit bet in college basketball today, and I've done really well with those so far this season. So good luck, everybody. I'd still get on it at 5.5. Get that cash.
I love it. There he is, Morgan Spooner in the house. We bring on our next guest. He had a rough week 1 with us. Then he came back in week 12 and went up 6.7 units, vaulting him into the top 10 here. Currently ranked 9th. He's 11-12 plus 2.6 units through 2 shows. I wanted him back immediately, but he was moving. He is now locked down in his new spot here, rocking with us right now. Please welcome a man known for his ability to cash player props at a very high level. You guys are ready for player props? You're going to get them laddered here, of course. Please welcome our friend Spenny Penny Bombs to the show. Spenny, what's good, man? How are you?
How we doing, Jimmy? How we doing, boys in the chat? Everybody out there? It's a beautiful day. Let's get some money today.
Let's get that money. And you start with Broncos Raiders, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. We've already set this game up, and I find this angle very interesting. I did study it a little bit after you dropped your action. Take it away. Let everybody know how you're getting paid here.
Yeah, so I'm jumping on Troy Franklin here, over 36.5 receiving yards, minus 118, the 50 plus at plus 165, and the touchdown at plus 230 as well for Franklin here. The last 2 of the last 5 games, he's gone over 84 plus receiving yards. Las Vegas has given up 156 receiving yards to wide receivers this year. And he's quietly actually garnished the most targets on the team this year. He has 84 targets to Sutton's 80. So he's got a great connection with Nix. Another spot here where I think that they're going to be able to take advantage, take some shots. He's a deep shot kind of guy. He had 40 and a touchdown last time they played the Raiders with 9 targets. I think he's going to see a decent volume here again today, and maybe get into the end zone as well. So I like Troy Franklin here to start off the day.
Over 36.5 minus 118, 50 plus at plus 165, anytime touchdown at plus 230, which leads us next onto our next spot in Bengals Bills. And we have the corner of Stacks and Penny Bombs Boulevard here, or Stacks and Pendergrass Boulevard here. Spenny, take it away, your player prop here in Bengals Bills.
Yeah, Stacks. I think last time I was on the show, we were on the corner with Devonta Smith, and he went over that easy. Had a great game. So we're gonna jump back in it here. I'm Chase Brown as well. I got a little higher number than he did, but I got over 76.5 rushing and receiving yards, minus 115. And I also took the 100 plus at plus 240. The touchdown also at plus 115. Like Stacks was saying earlier, he's gone over this, 5 of the last 6 games here. Great matchup for Brown against the Bills defense here. That's ranked 30th against rush D here. And like Stacks was saying earlier too, you can catch the ball. If they're down, chunk down little passes to Brown here. You can get chunk plays in the run game, especially against the Bills rush D. High total here. We think that this is probably going to be a back and forth kind of game here. So a lot of points. Just give me a spot where I think that, in the last few weeks, especially even before Burrow came back, they've kind of found the stride using Brown again. And he's, it looks really good again in this offense. So give me Chase Brown with the rushing, receiving, and the touchdown.
Brown over 76.5 rushing, receiving minus 115, 100 plus at plus 240, and anytime touchdown at plus 115, which takes us to Colts Jaguars. DG Skydragon telling us that money coming in on the Colts in this spot, but you are taking it in a different direction. You have a player prop here for the Indianapolis Colts at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm going to be on Tyler Warren here. I've been on Tyler Warren quite a bit this year. It's been a really reliable rookie tight end here for Danny Dimes in this Colts offense. So I'm going over 51.5 receiving yards, minus 110, the 60 plus at plus 120, and the touchdown at plus 180. He averages 57 yards per game this season with the Colts. Jags are allowing 69 yards per game to tight ends so far this year. Jones is hurting. He's dealing with that leg injury, a little bit less mobile right now. The Jags bring a decent amount of pressure. So if they're bringing pressure, he's going to be getting the ball out quick. He needs to be getting it out to the middle of the field to Warren there. And again, a spot where the Jags are a little bit more vulnerable, across the middle of the field here. Their DBs are pretty solid. So, they are pretty good at, getting picks and, good coverage. So the middle of the field should be a little bit more open here for Tyler Warren. Again, I just, super reliable, and another spot where I think he can get into the end zone here as well. So 51.5, 60 in the touchdown.
Tyler Warren over 51.5, 60 plus, and anytime touchdown, which leads us to the next spot on the board for you, which is Dolphins Jets, MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Take it away.
Yeah, so Dolphins Jets here. I'm going to be jumping on Breece Hall. Again, I'm going to go do another rushing and receiving combo. So Breece Hall over 90.5 rushing and receiving, minus 115. The 100 plus at plus 135, and his touchdown at plus 105. Again, another guy that's been highly involved in the offense in the last few weeks. The Jets offense looks better with Tyrod. Miami's defense, they're 27th. They're 27th ranked rush defense here. Good spot for Breece to be utilized a lot in the run and the pass game. He's gone over this total for the rushing and receiving 3 of his last 5 there, and hit over the 100 plus in those games as well there. So I'm going to take a shot here and think that Breece Hall is going to be highly involved in a game where I think the Jets are going to be in the game, and they can move this ball on this Miami defense on the ground.
Breece Hall over 90.5, 100. That's rushing, receiving, 100 plus, and anytime touchdown, which takes us into the Rams Cardinals spot. I really found your 2 bets in this game extremely interesting. I know the chat and our cappers that we rock with are going to love it. So take it away. Your plan for Rams Cardinals. Yeah,
and just Rams Cardinals. These guys have been absolutely solid all year long, no matter who they're playing. So I'm jumping on Nacua and Adams, but I'm going to do it as a combo, same game parlay. So Nacua 70 plus receiving yards and Adams 50 plus receiving yards. That's at plus 115. And then I'm also going to do the 80 plus for Nacua and 60 plus at plus 200. So 70 and 50, and then 80 and 60. Higher number for Nacua, lower number for Adams there. They've gone over this total 3 of the last 5 games together, hitting on both of the numbers here. Another spot where it's a bounce back spot against a vulnerable Arizona Cardinals defense here, where I think the Rams are going to be putting up a decent amount of points, especially after, that loss to Carolina last week here. A great bounce back spot for these guys that are, I think it was Nacua had 124 last time that they played the Cardinals there as well. And at Adams, I believe had 70 or 80 there. So just a spot where these guys are just getting fed constantly, and a little combo spot where I think that both of them are going to eat today.
Nacua 80 plus, Adams 60 plus, plus 200. Nacua 70 plus, 50 plus at plus 115. Breece Hall over 90.5, 100 plus, and anytime touchdown. Tyler Warren over 51.5, 60 plus, and anytime touchdown. Chase Brown over 76.5 rushing receiving, 100 plus, and anytime touchdown. Troy Franklin over 36.5, 50 plus, and anytime touchdown. 2 weeks ago, the last time he was with us, 9 and 6 plus 6.7 units, currently ranked 9th. Spenny, stay hot, my man. You belong. The first season Spenny rocked with us was season 2. He finished in 2nd place that year. And during the Super Bowl, we thought you were going to win it. Remember?
So
halfway through, we thought you were going to win it.
Got the Sky Moore touchdown and everything. It was right there.
Spenny, you're a beast, man. Thank you for rocking with us. Love watching you crush. Love watching you cook. Thank you for your time. Any last words for the cappers supporting the show?
No, just have a good day, guys. Appreciate having me on here, and let's get that cash, baby.
Let's get that cash. There he is, Spenny Penny Bombs. Next, we head to Houston. Our next guest spent the entire year in the top 5, in the top 3 of NFL Pub Hub. And then week 9 was one of those weeks that we all have, where it just doesn't go your way. He put all his eggs in one basket in one game, and it just didn't go his way. I wanted him back immediately, because I know how he works. I know this guy crushes, but he was on the road for a few weeks. We haven't had him back for a Sunday. We have him back right here. It's time to get back in the black for our next guest. Please welcome from Houston, Texas, LJ from H-Town.
From down south, where we ride on flair. From down south, where we ride on flair.
LJ, what's good, man? How are you?
What's good, Jimmy? Happy Sunday football morning to you, sir. Yeah, I had a rough last show, but hey, like they say, Jimmy, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, my friend. So, hey, the second half of the NFL, let's make some money.
Let's make some money, LJ. We believe in you. Take it away, Broncos Raiders.
Broncos Raiders is not my game, Jimmy.
Oh,
I have Colts and Jaguars first, Titans at Cleveland, Steelers, Ravens, Bears and Packers, Texans, Chiefs are my games.
Jesus, I don't know how I screwed this up here. I must have. Okay, let me. What is the first game under the
Colts and Jags.
Colts. Yeah, of course, Colts and Jags. That is Bears, Packers, Titans, Cleveland. How did I screw this up here? Okay, LJ, take it away here. I'll get this fixed and I'll send this to Jose right now. Colts, Jaguars, your first spot on the board. Take it away.
Yeah, Jimmy, I'm going to attack the Colts early, man. History shows past couple of seasons, they have been hitting that first quarter spread on the road consistently. 12-2 against the spread in the first quarter on the road in their last 14 games. Not only they're 9-1 in their last 10 on the road in the first quarter against the spread versus the AFC. So I believe coming off that loss, home division loss last week, I believe they're going to want to attack the Jaguars early. Now, the Jags are coming off a divisional road win. So I like the situation for the Colts. I'm not saying they're going to win the game, but I believe they're going to attack them early. So minus the half, plus 130, first quarter is what I got for the Colts. Both these teams are good against the spread versus the division. That's why I stayed off of the full game, and the Colts don't have good history in Jacksonville. You know, y'all talked about it early. 9 straight road losses in Jacksonville. Daniel Jones is dealing with the injury with his leg. The Colts is 1-3 in their last 4. But whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win the game. The Colts are 6-0 when they win the turnover battle, 2-4 when they don't. Jaguars are 3rd in takeaways, and their top 5 rush defense can neutralize Jonathan Taylor today. So I believe it's a low-scoring game. I lean under, but official play. Well, I got 2. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you the other one. Official play is first quarter minus the half, and I'm going to take the team total over 10.5 in the first half of the Colts because they haven't hit that 2 games all season. So I believe they will get more than 11 points in that first half on Jacksonville. So those are my 2 plays for this game.
Colts first quarter minus a half. What was the juice there?
Plus 130.
Plus 130. And then Colts first half team total over 10.5. Vig was?
Minus 115.
You are in business, LJ. Colts first quarter minus a half. Colts first half team total over 10.5, which takes us to Bears Packers. Highly contentious game here on the show. Though a big shout out to our friend Lucky Power. Lucky Power celebrating his birthday. He's at the game. He's so pumped up. And it's Bears for Lucky Power celebrating his birthday. Shout out to our friend Lucky Power. Take it away for us, LJ. Bears Packers.
Yeah, this line tells the story for me. This is a great situation for the Packers, Jimmy. Not only off a division road win as a dog, now you're a division home favorite. Jimmy, that's hitting 93% against the spread since 2017. And now you're a home favorite versus a team with a 75% win percentage 11 weeks or later in the season, which is hitting at 60% since that time. So the Bears in a tough situation. I mean, they've been playing well, mainly because the success of the Bears is they've been running the ball, averaging 189 rushing yards their last 5 games on the road. But the Green Bay has a great rush defense. They only allow 100 yards, under 100 yards, ranked 8th, only allowing 4 yards per rush, 86 yards at home total. So I believe they're going to neutralize their run game, make Caleb Williams beat us with his arm, which I don't believe right now he can do in this situation. Now, I'm rooting for the Bears. I have the Bears win total, and I had them to go to the playoffs this year, so I'm sitting good with that. But 2-10 against the spread in their last 12 versus Green Bay is not a good situation. I think this is his biggest road test in the division so far, my opinion. Both teams are on extra rest. And Caleb won this game last year, 24-22. But Jordan Love got hurt in that game. If y'all remember, he didn't finish. Malik Willis came in that game. And I know Jordan Love remembers that. So I am going to be on the Packers, minus the 6.5, full game, Jimmy. I just believe in that second. I believe it'll stay close first half, but that second half, I believe the Packers pull away just because going into the halftime, LaFleur can make some adjustments. He's 20-4 in December, 10-1 straight up at home in December in his career. You know, as long as Green Bay can get Caleb Williams, sack him, stop that run game, I believe they will come out with the 6.5 spread. And I'm also going to take the team total over 24.5 as well, Jimmy, just because I believe on the road, the Bears don't play good defense as they do at home. Last 2 road games, they gave up 17 to the Vikings, 15 to the Eagles, but we all can agree those teams are dealing with some issues right now. But the last 5 before that, averaging 34 points allowed in those games. So Packers team total over 24.5, Jimmy.
You are in business, which takes us to Cleveland, Ohio for Tennessee, Cleveland. We have our friend Morgan Spooner very concerned about my Titans action. What are your thoughts on this one?
I believe Cleveland will be up -2.5 in the first half. Titans 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 versus the Browns, 2-8 in the last 10 in the first half on the road. Bad situation again, Jimmy. Cleveland is now a home favorite coming off a home game. No matter if you win or lose that game, 60% against the spread hit rate since 2017. So Titans 4 straight home games. Now you're coming on the road. You haven't been on the road since October 26th. So bad spot for Cam Ward, my friends. And he is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. So not only am I on Cleveland first half -2.5, Jimmy, we got to take Myles Garrett sack -104, over 1.5. My man has 19 sacks on the season, guys, averaging 2.5 sacks a game. And the record is 22.5. So he only needs 4 more sacks. He may get this in this game for real, because Cam Ward has been sacked 48 times. He's been sacked every road game, 20 sacks total in those road games. He's going to struggle versus his pass rush for Cleveland. And I believe as long as Cleveland can protect the ball, don't make any turnovers, they should come out with the victory in this game. But I'm going to stick to the first half just because the Titans could come in, make some adjustments, and come back in that second half and make it close. But let's stick to the first half, -2.5. I believe Cleveland jumps on them early, 5-1 against the spread in the first half at home on the season. It's the Cleveland Browns. So first half, Jimmy, -2.5, -115.
You are in business, and Myles Garrett over 1.5 sacks, -104, which takes us to Steelers Ravens. Again, we haven't set up. We don't have a lot of time, so I'll be quick here. M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore, Maryland, 41 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 2 miles per hour. No real issues on the injury report, except for that first-round pick, Derek Harmon, out, the defensive tackle out for the Steelers. So is Kyle Duggar with the hand injury, and left tackle Calvin Anderson as well. I pushed everybody. How many times did I say it? 5-6 times to get on the under 47.5. Last week. It is climbing a little bit here. The full game total is now 40. Oh, wow. It's gone way up. Wow. That's nerve-wracking. It's a 44 now. 47.5 was the look ahead. It reemerged at 47 here, but I saw it so quickly move down to 43.5 and 42.5 at 365. This was a 42.5 until this morning when it moved to 43 and then to 44. It's beautiful weather. 41 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 2 miles per hour. Good football weather. Take it away for us here, Steelers, Ravens, my man.
Yeah, Jimmy, I'm going to be quick. History shows these matchups go under. 15-5-1 in the under last 21. Not only that, first half under 21, 8-2-2 at home versus division is the Ravens in their last 12 games. So I'm going to stick to that. I believe it may go over for a game just because the second half may get, shootout. Just depends on how both quarterbacks are playing. But I'm going to lean on Lamar Jackson more this game because I know he is in a desperate situation. Not only that, another situation, Jimmy, home favorite off a home game. No matter if you win or lose, 60% against the spread. Not only that, this is the 3rd straight home game for the Ravens. So I believe this is a perfect situation for them. And it's a divisional game, which the Steelers have lost against the spread the last 2 versus the Ravens. I don't trust the Steelers to move the ball on this defense. They allowed 13 points. 6 out of the last 7 opponents? They allowed 32 to Burrow. But before that, the last 4, they only allowed 13 points. So I'm going to trust the game goes under as well for a game. But let's just stick to the first half, Jimmy. First half, under 21.5. I got plus 100 for this game. And I have a prop in this game as well, which I'm going to parlay. I'm going to parlay Derrick Henry's touchdown because he's 8-1 at 6-2 in his last 8 at home to the touchdown. And I'm going to parlay with Jacobs, the game we just talked about versus the Packers. He's 9-0 at home to the touchdown. So both of those combined touchdown is plus 140 is my play.
You're in business. Henry Jacobs parlay, touchdown parlay plus 140, first half under 21.5 plus 100. I said that if this closed at 6 or higher, I would be on the Ravens double result. It's at 5.5. I'm not going to be betting the Ravens double result. Texans, Chiefs. Hopefully you can join us tonight for this huge game. I know this is your team. We got to be tight here, but take it away. Your plan for Sunday Night Football.
Oh, I'm going to keep it quick. Under 41.5 is what I got. And I got Kansas City team total under 23.5. Texas only allowing 16 points a game, my friends. That's home or road. I'm talking about consistently 16 across the board. So I don't believe Kansas City would get 23.5 points tonight. And I think the total goes under because Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, when he's facing a team above 500 at home, in his last 18 games, he's 15-3 to the under. 26-9 to the under at home since 2022. That's a 74% hit rate for the Kansas City Chiefs at home. Under 41.5, Kansas City team total under 23.5 are my plays. And I will have some more tonight because I will be on the live stream with you, Jimmy. And I will have some more props in this game. But those are my two officials. And I got to throw one more out there to you. Interception for Tua. 8-1 in his last 9 road games versus the AFC. He's thrown an interception. That's plus 102. So I'm going to take that. And I'm going to parlay that with good old Geno Smith, ladies and gentlemen. He's at home. Interception. 11 games in a row at home. He's thrown an interception. So let's parlay that. And that gets me a plus 239, Jimmy.
Ooh.
And I am officially locked in today.
I see it, man. Tua Smith, interception plus 239. What was the VIGs on the first half under 21.5 and the Chiefs team total under 23.5?
Under 40 team total on the, you know what? I haven't put that on there yet.
Okay.
I don't have a juice for that. You can find me the best number though.
Okay, I will do that. I will do that here, but I'm going to keep rolling. Fine. Okay, I got that. The first half under 21.5, Chiefs team total under 23.5. Steelers, Ravens, first half under 21.5 plus 100. Henry and Jacobs touchdown parlay plus 140. Cleveland, first half minus 2.5 minus 115. Garrett over 1.5 sacks minus 104. Packers minus 6.5 minus 110. Packers team total over 24.5 minus 110. Colts first quarter minus half plus 130. Colts first half team total over 10.5 minus 115. Love seeing you back on the show where you belong, NFL Pub Hub. Can't wait to rock with you this evening, LJ. Thank you for your time. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
Hey, man, shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's get this money. Enjoy this football Sunday, man. I will see you tonight.
I love it. There he is, LJ from H9. We're 16 minutes away from kickoff. We have 2 guests, or 3, because Jose is going to give us a best bet in his Jets game. But our next guest is making his season debut, and it's too long. We should have had him earlier. A very similar thing with him last year. He joined us in week 17 last year and only was with us for 3 different weeks. And what did he do? He went 12-7. Plus 8.4 units. He, on the season, in just 3 weeks, ranked second behind our friend Marley season long. That's what he did last year with us. What will he do this year? The star of the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. Please welcome our friend Keith making his season debut. Keith, how are you, my man?
What's up, Jimmy? Thank you so much for that introduction. And yeah, I'm like a horse off of the layoff and, got some good works and try to revive the magic like last year. And I got a bunch of plays I'll share with you today. So thanks for having me back on NFL Pub here on Pub Sports Radio.
We're excited to have you, Keith. Take it away. Steelers, Ravens. We've already set this game up. What's your plan?
Yeah, I mean, LJ just broke it down like a pound right there. I mean, I agree with a lot of his points. I'm buying the Ravens, just because it's the buy now time. They're at home. LJ just said they've been at home for a while. And I like this spot. I don't like Pittsburgh to score a lot of points. We saw a lot of quotes in the media last week, even Rodgers throwing some people under the bus and people calling for Tomlin's, job. But I like Baltimore first half. I love this spot. I like the team total over for Baltimore in the first half. Over 12.5 points at minus 112. And I'm also going to take Baltimore first half minus 3.5 plus 102. So those are both first half looks. Like Baltimore out of the chute hot here. I could see the Steelers kind of making this a game in the second half, divisional game. But I like Baltimore. Those 2 looks are pretty strong for me. The weather looks pretty good too. 35 and not a lot of wind. So ideal football weather. So let's get this money.
Let's get this money. Keith in business. Ravens first half team total over 12.5. Ravens first half minus 3.5, which takes us to Bengals Bills. Another highly contentious spot popping off in 13 minutes. Keith, take it away.
Yeah, I'll be quick, Jimmy. I like a couple of player props in this one. It's actually a guy that's like Jekyll and Hyde the last couple of games is Khalil Shakir. You know, I like him to do well in this one. Cincinnati's bottom in the league against the pass. They give up a lot of big plays on the pass too. So I like Shakir to have over 18.5 long reception. So he's got to have a 19-yard reception at minus 108. And I like Shakir over his receiving yards, 42.5, minus 110. You know, I understand the Bengals are healthier and Higgins is back. Could be a shootout, this one, but I like the Bills in this spot. I still think that the Bills dangerous when they're right, but those are going to be my 2 player props there. Oh yeah, I got one more TD parlay that I put together that I like both Bills players to score, and it's going to be a monster price. I like James Cook, and I parlayed that with Shakir. TD parlay, they both got to get a anytime touchdown at plus 435. So I parlayed those 2. I think, you know, the Cook 2 touchdowns is like around plus 235 right now. But I think Cook gets in the end zone, leans once, and then my Shakir angle, hopefully we'll cash on that one.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. We are rolling here. Next up for our guy, Keith, is the Seahawks Falcons Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Keith, your plan of attack.
You know, I spent a lot of time on this one. I just thought it was an interesting spot. I think that my angle in this one, Jimmy, is that it's going to be a lot of turnovers. I think that, you know, Seattle, Darnold got sacked 4 times last week, and Atlanta's defense ranks 2nd in the league in blitz rate. So I think that's going to be the game plan to kind of go after the quarterback. I think a lot of turnovers. I could see Cousins getting interception or 2. So I'm going to be on the over in this one. I like over 44. I wanted the 44. I saw a lot of 44.5s, but I don't want to get, you know, that hook right there. So I'm over 44 minus 115. So over 44 points at minus 115. I like the over in that one.
Over 44 minus 115 for Keith. He's on Shakir. Over 18.5 longest reception minus 108 and over 42.5 receiving yards minus 110. He's parlayed Cook anytime touchdown with Shakir anytime touchdown plus 435. He's on the Ravens first half team total over 12.5 and the Ravens first half minus 3.5 at plus 102. And again, last year in just 3 shows, he went 12-7 plus 8.4 units. I'm so happy that you're rocking with us, Keith. We've missed you. Keith is a phenomenal thoroughbred capper as well. I just put his YouTube channel there, Each Every Stride, into our chat. Hit that link and subscribe to our guy Keith's YouTube channel. Thoroughbred master, one of our favorite cappers to work with in the thoroughbred. And also, we can't get into it right now, but I'm still shook over Hastings Park. I'm shook.
I know. I was just reading about that. It's so sad. I guess they just said it was a business decision, but so much history just to throw away on a business decision.
Yeah, I know the lead, the couple, I don't know them personally, but I know the couple people in the government that caused this to happen. And I'm trying really hard not to get a ski mask. Trying really hard, but that's a different story for a different time. Keith, thank you so much for being with us, my friend. Hit that link and subscribe to Keith's Each Every Stride YouTube channel. Keith, thank you so much for your time. Any last words for the Capper supporting the show?
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Look forward to, just follow all these sharp cappers and everybody in the chat as well. Good luck. And yeah, I just think that it's a lot of good ways you can get paid on this Sunday with the playoff push with the NFL. So my big spot is the Ravens first half. I think they come out firing. Lamar Jackson actually hasn't even thrown a touchdown in the last 3 games. So, this is bottom of the bottom. So I'm looking to get some value early with the Ravens.
I love it, Keith. Thank you so much for rocking with us, my man. There he is, Keith, Each Every Stride. Let's bring on our next guest. So this is his 3rd week in a row rocking with us. The last 2 weeks, he's gone 7-3 plus 4.55 units. And that's brought him now into 6th place on our list of 32 cappers. Now 33 with Keith joining us. He's 13-11 plus 3.45 units. Very sharp capper. I love working with. Please welcome from Nova Scotia, Canada, the reason why we have the $1,000 Harbor Acres Cottages Perfect Week bonus, of which Luke Burrow currently is holding on to with 3 perfect weeks. There's a couple cappers with 2, one of them being Nut Flush Allen, but Luke Burrow holding on as tightly as he can for that $1,000. Please welcome from Nova Scotia, Canada, our guy Salty Pete in the house. Salty. Oh, looks like here we go. Salty Pete, what's happening, man? How are you?
Hey, Jimmy, good to see you, my friend. Good to see all the cappers in the chat. Hear me all right today?
I hear you loud and clear, my man, and it is wonderful to hear you. We got to move quickly, Salty Pete. We have 8 minutes until kickoff, so let's get right to it. Excellent work the last 2 weeks. Love watching you skyrocket up the standings. Dolphins, Jets, take it away.
Dolphins, Jets +3. Left-handed Hawaiian going up to the cold. That's my look. Next game.
Left-handed Hawaiian going to the cold. What is the VIG on the +3?
Well, I got that at even money. I'm not sure what the line's at right now.
Okay, I will line shop for that. Jets +3 here for Salty Pete, left-handed Hawaiian going up into the cold.
I also think it's a game where both teams, like, I think it's a coach saving game too here. Like, I think both coaches are kind of on the hot seat in this situation. Divisional game. I think the Jets players kind of care more about their coach than the Miami players do. Just making it personal, but yeah, so that's just a short, quick look there. Jets play. What's the line at now? It's 2.5, is it?
So I got the total up. Let's just take what has happened to this, because Jose going to be talking about this spot as well. Yes, 2.5 here. 2.5, yeah. But I mean,
yeah,
you can easily
I'll pay the cents to get to the 3 there.
Okay, I will find the cheapest number.
Yeah, so my next look, Jimmy, is Jacksonville +1.5. Daniel Jones has a broken leg, and it's going to be raining, and he's a big part of the Indy running offense. And yeah, sure, they have a fantastic O-line, but with Sauce Gardner out, they don't have a defense in the secondary that's going to stop Goldilocks from at least making a few throws down the field there, especially at home. I know it's raining, but it's not going to be super windy. Jacksonville +1.5.
Well, you're getting lines that are available right now, and while the +3 will hurt you here for the Jets, you're not going to get hurt here because you're going to lose 30 cents on that one. You're going to get a great line for the Jaguars. So some good, some bad. So the Jaguars right now, it's up to you. Do you want the Jaguars +2.5 -101, or you want a +3 at -123?
I'll actually just move on Jacksonville on the money line then, if that's the way it's looking.
Yes, then you can have the Jacksonville Jaguars +127.
Yeah, that's what I'll take then.
Jaguars +127 here for Salty Pete. By the way, the left-handed Hawaiian in the cold getting a lot of love here in the chat. Commanders of Vikings, Pete. Next up for you, take it away.
Yeah, Commanders, Vikings. I just had I don't actually have a play on this game. I made a few late-minute changes there, Jimmy, but I think that, I think Washington is in a spot. This is more of a fade Minnesota spot than it is a win Washington. And, as much as Spoon said, a 5-point change, especially crossing 0, no player is worth that. I think that might be the case, but I also think this is a case where Washington could win easily. So nothing official on this one. I also dropped Houston off my card because I've heard all the cappers chat, and I agree with all their spots. So I got two final looks here just to move it along here, Jim.
Sure.
I've got in the Baltimore game, I've got Henry over 90 rushing yards. Lamar Jackson threw, 5 interceptions last game. So I think they're going to rely more importantly on the run game. Steelers can't stop the run. They're like 30th in run defense. And I heard something about Rodgers having a broken nose or partially broken nose or something from the last game. And so he's not going to be happy playing. And so I think that's just going to bring the entire locker room down. Henry over 90 rush yards +120.
Henry over 90 +120. What's the next look, my man?
Titans, Browns game. Defensive special teams score +290. LJ from H-Town touched on it already. Garrett, 19 sacks on the year so far. A few more to make the record. And guess who was the most sacked quarterback in the entire league? Yes, it happens to be Cam Ward. So I think this is a good look up for, Myles Garrett might just walk right up to him and just take the ball from him and then walk that stroll down to the end zone. And that just might very much happen. So Defensive or special teams touchdown in the Browns Titans game plus 290. And then I did have a 5-legger. It changed from a teaser into a kind of a money line parlay because a lot of the games I was teasing down to the money line anyway. So Seattle, Rams, Washington, Tampa Bay on the money line, and then Jets game total under 44.5. I got that at plus 445.
Did I miss? Because I only have 4 there: Seattle, Rams, Tampa Bay, and the Jets under. Did I miss one?
Washington.
Okay, so Seattle, LA Rams, Tampa Bay, Washington, and the Jets under 44.5. And what did that come out to?
Yeah, so I got that at plus 445. The book gave me a little bit of a bonus on it as well, but for officially, like, you know, if you're shopping lines, I got that in and around 445.
5-legger: Seattle money line, Rams money line, Tampa money line, Washington money line, and the under 44.5. He's also on Tennessee, Cleveland defense or special teams touchdown plus 290, and Derrick Henry over 90 rush yards at plus 120. You notice again when we watch these cappers who are succeeding in player props, there's no vig involved. They're believing in their spot and they're putting it into a plus money situation. We watched Benny do that as well. Important note for those player prop bettors. Jags money line at plus 127 and the Jets plus 3 minus 130 here for our guy Salty Pete. Salty Pete, thank you for all that you do for us, man. I look forward to rocking with you tomorrow night on the live stream. Go get that cash, and shout out to Harbor Acres Cottages for the big $1,000 bonus, man. It means a ton to us. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
Great to be here, Jimmy. Let's cash. Let's have a day, everyone. Thanks.
Let's go. Salty Pete in the house, which brings us to our next guest, the producer of this fine show and the backbone of this great channel. Please welcome our friend from San Antonio, Texas, Jose Bouquet, to the telecast. Jose, how are you, my man?
We're doing all right. Let's get right after it here. Games are about to start here.
Jets game, my friend. Your New York Jets in effect. Rex in effect. Take it away.
I wish Rex was still in effect. Shout out to my guy Rexy here and his feet. I'll keep it short and sweet like our guy Salty Pete said. Short Hawaiian quarterback in cold. Give me the New York Jetropolitans here. They win this game money line plus 125, and I'll take them ATS as well plus 2.5. Minus 105 is what I'm seeing, but I'm sure you guys could look around and find better. But I think the Jets win this game. Jets have been playing pretty well. Does the draft pick really matter? They don't really care about it because all the teams in front of them already really have a quarterback. So Jets for me.
I don't know if you understood the Rexon effect. It's not a basketball reference. No, it's Rump Shaker, man. You got to listen to Rexon effect, man.
Is that a person or is that a band?
It's a
group.
It's a fucking crew, man. It's a fucking Harlem crew, man.
Yeah,
New Jack Swing, man. You know New Jack Swing?
I know New Jack City.
Okay, well, we'll get you right. I'm going to send you a couple of videos today for you to get in the mood.
Sure.
Get in the
Sure.
Yeah, Rex in effect. Rex on the wrecker, man. Okay. Let's. No, he's not, Gerald. No, we're working with him. We're working with him. We're gonna get him there. He's younger than us. We're gonna get him into Rump Shake Town, man. Jose's on the Jets plus 125 and the plus 2.5 and minus 105. Let's review all action. We have kickoff taking place now. Jose, please let us know any major news that happens. I have not added any action. This is the lightest card I've had. I think there's only 1 week I've had this. I think I had 1 week I had less than this, but this is here. Thank you, Nasty. Thank you. Shout out to Star Child, man. Being too long since we've had Star Child in the house, man. Star Child respect. I'm on the Dolphins, Jets under 42, Pittsburgh, Baltimore under 47.5, Vikings money line got a terrible line, minus 129. That was when, we didn't think Jaden Daniels would be in. I probably should have waited. I bet that he wasn't going to be in. Bengals plus 6 and minus 118. If I could go back in time, I would not bet that. The market's just too strong on the Bills. Eagles minus 2.5, minus 120. The line's moved against me with the Abdul Carter news. Titans plus 3.5, minus 107. Chiefs minus 3.5, and Chiefs double result. can't wait till Sunday Night Football, man. I can't wait. Now, hopefully, I don't have too much at risk right now. Bobano is on the Jets plus 3, minus 120. It's on the over 44.5 in Colts, Jags, and Jacksonville plus 2. Jose, let us know if any freaky shit going on, man. Saints plus 8.5 and the over 41.5 in Saints. Buccaneers. He's on Bengals plus 6.5. He's on the Bears plus 7 and the over 43.5 in Chicago. Green Bay. He's on Rams team total over 28.5 and the over 48. And he's on Houston plus 4.5 at minus 114. Wine Time Sports. Vikings money line. His teasers Vikings plus 7 and the Bills at a pick 'em. Bills minus 6 at minus 105. The over 33.5 in Tennessee, Cleveland. Chiefs plus 2 and the over 35.5 is his teaser in our Sunday night football game. Man, I just so excited about Texans Chiefs. Justin McKelvey, he's on the Bengals plus 6. He's on James Cook over 115.5 rush and receiving. Chase Brown over 72.5 rush and receiving. Spenny on that as well. So that's the corner of Stacks and Pendergrass Boulevard. And then Josh Allen interception. Justin hammered that with 4 different shots. Then we have Adonai Mitchell over 47.5 receiving at minus 113. Bijan Robinson 40 plus receiving at plus 102 and the over 48 at minus 114. And then he's on Caleb. Oh shit, did I? Yes. Then he's on Caleb Williams over 18.5 rush yards at minus 120. We got Firesides action. Let me just copy and paste it. Nordy, much love to you, man. Hope you are starting to feel better. Get that cash. Sit back, relax, and get that cash. Firesides on Bengals first half plus 3.5. Vikings money line. Bengals first half team total over 13.5. Bengals team total over 24.5. Seattle team total over 26.5. Seattle first half team total over 13.5. And Adonai Mitchell over 49.5. So we have the corner of Fireside and Stacks Boulevard as well on Adonai Mitchell. Then we have Spooner on the Colts money line. Vikings plus 2.5. Browns minus 3.5. And the Chiefs minus 3. Eagles minus 1.5 as well. Penny bombs. Oh, Spenny Pendergrass. Franklin over 36.5, receiving 50 plus and anytime touchdown. Chase Brown over 76.5, rushing receiving 100 plus and anytime touchdown. Tyler Warren over 51.5, receiving 60 plus and anytime touchdown. Breece Hall over 90.5, rushing receiving 100 plus and anytime touchdown. Puka Nacua 70 plus. Devontae Adams 50 plus, parlay at plus 115. Then Puka Nacua at 80 plus and Devontae Adams 60 plus, parlay together at plus 200. LJ from H-Town making his triumphant return to the show. Colts first quarter minus half plus 130. Colts first half team total over 10.5. Packers minus 6.5. Packers team total over 24.5. Cleveland first half minus 2.5. Myles Garrett over 1.5 sacks. First half under 21.5 and Steelers Ravens. Henry anytime touchdown. Jacobs anytime touchdown plus 140. The first half under 21.5 and the Chiefs team total under 23.5. I'm going to find that number. That's a Sunday nighter. Tua interception and Geno Smith interception, probably together plus 239. Keith, each and every stride. Ravens first half team total over 12.5. Ravens first half minus 3.5. Khalil Shakir over 18.5. Longest reception over 42.5 receiving yards. Cook anytime touchdown. Shakir anytime touchdown, probably together plus 435. He cashed a banger like that when he was with us last year in the divisional round of the playoffs. It was nice to have Keith back. And the over 44 in Seattle, Atlanta. Salty Pete gave us Jets plus 3, minus 130, and possibly the most succinct breakdown that we have had on NFL Pub Up in our 5-year history. Left-handed Hawaiian in the cold. Jets plus 3, minus 130. Jags money line as well. And Henry over 90. Rush yards plus 120. Tennessee, Cleveland. Defensive special teams touchdown plus 290. His 5-leg parlay. Seattle, LA, Tampa Bay, Washington, all on the money line. And then the Jets under 44.5. And then Jose Bouquet, who's been excellent on this show. We didn't have him last week, but he was with us in week 12 when he went 4-1 plus 2.9 units that vaulted him into the top 10. He's currently ranked 8th out of 32 cappers, 11-9 plus 2.67 units. He's moving on the Jets money line and the plus 2.5. No, saturated. He's not going to know Benita Applebaum.
I know she's got it going on, but I don't know anything else. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I've got. I don't know what song. I don't know. I don't know anything else.
No,
but I've heard the name.
I like it. All right. Okay. Respect. Nasty Nate says 108 more days until water is splashed all over Jose's shoes. Jose, you're not going to fall for that again, are you? You're not going to go up to Nasty Nate with water in your hand, are you?
Sometimes I feel like I'm like one of those gimps that just likes being, abused. So maybe I will come up to Nasty Nate with a glass of water. Who knows?
That is a strange thing that you feel like, Jose, a gimp that likes to be abused. Wow. Do we have a T-shirt for that? Should we make a T-shirt for that?
No, I don't think it would sell. Hand up. I don't think it would sell. I don't know if me and a gimp mask would do numbies.
Oh, numbies aplenty, man. Now maybe it's not from our group. Maybe it won't be our group buying them, but they'll sell.
Yeah, maybe the AVNs will have me again.
Thank you guys. All of these addresses, buy it.
Good. That's
Saturated,
one.
saturated Justin McKelvey, Swaggy McNolegs. Oh, he's having Gimp tryouts. So
Well, the Dolphins are just walking down the field. Oh my God.
already a touchdown?
They're basically they're on like the 2-yard line. Devon A-Chain just moving through people. By the way, I know you don't care. Well, you might care. Notre Dame did not make the playoffs. Alabama made it with before in their stead. I don't know what the right word is there.
No, that's right. That's it. Oh yes, the Dolphins have done it. All right. Well, we're gonna have to move live here. Oh shit, I'm not locked in. Sorry. Thank you guys all. I've got to make a live bet on this under here, even though that was very quick and easy. Maybe this is a terrible mistake, but I am taking the under. Come on. I'm not locked. God, I hate this.
Saturated is saying on the next session of Jose's Cultural Enlightenment, we introduce Jose to the fair side. I don't know what that is, but
The far side. Jesus.
oh, yeah.
It's
See,
it's okay, Jose.
English is my second language.
The
English is
far-
my second language. It's
The
my
bizarre
second language,
ride.
guys. You guys can't make fun of me. It's my second language.
The bizarre ride to the far side, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, Big Zo, they were the best, man.
I don't know. I
Jose,
better
thank-
see Saturated at Palooza so I can knock his ass out of the poker tournament too.
Oh, good. I thought you were just gonna knock his ass out.
No, that's who was I gonna get? Oh, it was Nuke Worker. Yeah, it's Nuke. I'm gonna fight at Palooza, right?
Deb Prez, man. Oh, damn. I got Carter already rocking Deb Prez.
I don't know what that means either.
Spooner says you want to bet UTSA with him. He's betting UTSA basketball today.
No, I did not.
All right.
No, I did not.
Well,
Well, I wish you luck, Spoons, and he looked great coming back from his vacation.
It will get him right. And look at that. The Vikings have scored. Vikings have scored already. Saints have scored. Titans have scored.
Yeah, yeah. The Red Zone is not going well where I usually watch Red Zone, so I'm missing all this as well.
Well, you don't have to miss it any longer. Thank you all so much for rocking with us. Tasha, Brian Smith, the Nuke Worker, LALV. Got to keep them saturated. Man, Bear, Pig, Spooner. God, Swaggy. Thank you. Justin, thank you. Salty Peeply, Mathis, Old E, Jose Perez, Sasha, Omer, coming to us from France. It's time to lock in. The roller coaster ride's on. Dirk Diggler, thank you, my man. It's time to lock in. On behalf of all of us at Pub Sports Radio, thank you so much for all of your support. It means the world to us. Jose, thank you for all the hard work you do behind the scenes, my friend. I will be in touch. Please bless our action and lead us into the future.
Yep. Good luck, everyone. Don't forget to live bet the Jets because they're already down, and that was that quickly. Shout out to Benina Applebaum, Bomb.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Farisides all out there. All the Farisides out there. We appreciate you guys. Zoe Faye, Saturated, Nasty Nate. Don't forget again. We're going to keep saying it. We're going to be a broken record. Come to Palooza, number 5, March 25th through the 30th here. Good luck to everyone. Let's go make some money today. And leche. Elos Bookmakers.